Hi, chat. Welcome back to what might be the finale of Ace Attorney? Of Ace Attorney 1, at least. We're gonna go through the other games, but at a later time. We gotta, you know, hang. Can't just only be Ace Attorney. We got other games. We still have Devil May Cries to go through and stuff like that. But yeah, welcome. Hope you all are having a good Sunday evening. Mine was pretty chill. I've been working on props for Anime Boston. I actually made a pair of shoes today, essentially. So yeah, that'll be exciting. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I should mention. Important notes for the future. Sorry, my brain just like forgot everything. We are not going to have any streams this upcoming week because Anime Boston's happening this upcoming week, and I still have to. It's con crunch time, okay? So y'all know how it is. If y'all go to conventions, it gets busy because you know I had things that I probably could have done like 3 weeks ago, and I was like, I'll do them later. And now it's time to do them. And I'm like, Mew and responsibility comes into my face. Yeah. But that's okay though, because that means if we hopefully finish, I'm really banking on being able to beat the game today. Because if we don't, it's going to be real unsatisfying for the next like week, because you guys are gonna have to wait an extra week to watch the game end. So we're gonna try and dive for the ending. I don't care if it makes me run a little later. Yeah, that's really it. We brought back the classic lawyer fit. I got my lawyer badge. Tells you all that I'm a lawyer. I passed the bar, which might be more than fucking Phoenix Wright has done. I swear to God, this fucking man. I don't even know if he's finished lawyering school. But yeah, that's really it for me. I say let's get going. That's what I say. Let's go. Last time, what happened last time, gang? Me when I look at the evidence. That's right. Chief Gant did some fuck shit. Gant has to be the evil guy. I think Gant is the big evil guy. Because I don't know. Look at him. I mean, obviously it's not a good thing to like say somebody is bad based on how he looks. But like his vibe has just been bad this whole time. Also, he's the chief of police. Untrustworthy role to have. What do you mean you lead the police? Alright, anyways. This is the defendant's lobby, alright? But there's no defendant. I've been trying to reach Lana all morning. Where could she be? Where's Emma, for that matter? It almost seems as if something's happening behind the scenes. Who said that? Oh, something's happening behind the scenes. How's it going, boyfriend? Give me a little smooch. Edgeworth. Oh, knowing you, you've already figured it out. No, maybe. Who the owner of the 7777777 ID number is, that is. Well, you know, I have a pretty strong hunch. Duh! Gant flashbang. Looks like I'm not the only one who figured it out. You know, the only reason this trial didn't reach a verdict yesterday is because there was still room for doubt regarding this ID record. If that number does belong to whom you suspect, then no doubt will remain. After all, he hasn't been officially charged with anything. True. Not yet. In any event, once all doubt has been removed from that list, I can call for a ruling. 5 minutes, Wright, and Chief Prosecutor Sky will be found guilty. But she didn't do it! You know this! Come on, man! Oh, I figured you'd say as much. That's why I came here. To hear what you have to say. Oh, wow. This is the first time he's ever done something like this. Isn't this something that actual real lawyers do, which is, like, discuss the case outside of the courtroom? I don't know if that's actually legal, but maybe it's not. But I feel like they discuss the case, like, for, like, a settlement. Which, I mean, we're not going to get a settlement on a murder case, because that's not how that works. But, oh, maybe. Maybe they'll be cool. Maybe they'll be cool and nice to us about it. How about that? Lana's hiding something, and the only way we'll ever know the truth is to draw it out of her. The truth. Well, everything goes back to the SL9 incident. Don't be stupid. Today's the last day of the trial. We don't have time to reminisce about the past. You know, not like the last trial, where we reminisced about the past for so much that it saved me from getting murdered in court. Well, that depends on you. If she's found guilty, you'll lose your only chance to find out what really happened. I'll think about it. See you in court, Wright. Thanks, Edgeworth. Very cool. This is it. If I'm ever gonna find out what Chief Gant has on her, it's now. Ah! February 25th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 9. God, these court cases happen too early. Can we have, like, an afternoon court? Please, Judge? Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. Defense is ready, Your Honor. Prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Sorry, I had to clean my screen. Normally this is when the prosecution puts forth its opening statement. But before that, the police chief has a proposal to make. Chief Gant? What? You can't do that! Hey! This guy's fucking with the format of the trial! What was it? All Might. All Might. Good morning, folks. How's everyone doing? Hey, Udgy. Been back to the pool yet? Oh no, I've been drowning enough as it is in my work. Oh, that's a good one. Don't think I can top that. If you don't mind me asking, Chief, what exactly is this proposal of yours? What's that? Come on, man. Lana, that is to say the defendant, has asked me if she could speak directly to the court. What? She wants to do what? Having heard what she intends to say, I feel she should be granted her request. In the end, it should save everyone a lot of time and trouble. Hey. If she says she did it, you fucking... I don't know what dirt you have on her, but... it must be crazy. What's this about the defendant? I'd just like to make one simple request and I'll be finished. Well then, what's your request? Your Honor, I'd like you to put an immediate end to this trial. Ah! I confess to all the charges against me. On February 21st of this year, I murdered Detective Bruce Goodman in the underground parking lot of the prosecutor's office. God damn it! No, Lana! Fucking... come on, man! My record! I have a perfect record on trials, and I will not have you fucking it up, Lana. Come on. I don't care if you feel guilty about this or if you're being blackmailed. Fuck, you care. You can't do this to me. Your Honor, the defendant's claim does not change the defense's plea. In that case, Mr. Wright, I no longer require your services. But Lana! Your Honor, I hereby forfeit my right to attorney. The prosecution may lack direct evidence against me, but has sufficiently proven its case through testimony and circumstantial evidence. Your Honor, I'd like to move to plea Lana as insane, criminally insane, so that she, I don't know, maybe that'll fix everything and I can just continue with my shit normally. I'd like you to render your verdict now, if you please. Well, the defendant clearly has the right of self-representation. Her request is legally valid, although this is an unprecedented situation. Yeah, because the fucking chief of police is fucking out here being like, I'm going to kill your little sister if you don't plead guilty to this. I swear to God, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll kill her. I've got several policemen with snipers aimed at her head right now. Fucker. I know he does. Indeed, it appears there's no further need to continue this trial, even if Mr. Wright may feel otherwise. This can't be happening.
It appears the time for a verdict has arrived. This court finds this defendant.
Edgeworth! Edgeworth, say something! Thank you! Oh.
One moment, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth! The prosecution has not yet proven the defendant guilty beyond reasonable doubt. Any ruling at this stage would certainly be premature. Come now, Worthy. I understand this is a difficult time for you, but why don't you just be a good little boy and keep your mouth shut,
Your Honor, does that not look fucking weird at all to you? The fucking chief of police was like, it's okay, just, let this person claim they're guilty after, they've been okay with us defending them for the last 3 days.
I don't think I care for your tone, Chief Gant. What? Creating another fabrication to cover up your past mistakes. Sorry, but I'm no longer the naive little boy you would have me be. Damn! With this sudden confession from the defendant, it's obvious to me some kind of deal was struck behind the scenes. Some kind of deal, Not everyone operates as you do, Worthy.
Okay. Are you sure about that?
I thought so. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to change its first witness. Oh? To whom? As its first witness, the prosecution would like to call Miss Emma Skye. I request the court hears her testimony.
Mr. Edgeworth, I am exercising my right to self-representation. I don't think we need to continue.
I don't care what you think, Miss Skye. Like I give a shit. The exposure of the truth sometimes results in tragedy. However, no matter how tragic the truth may be, it would be an even greater tragedy to avert one's eyes from it. One's eyes from it. I'm British. I forget. Very well. The court shall grant the prosecution's request.
As you should. Please don't let me lose this case, man. I need this. Please, Judge, I need this. My lawyer's kind of homeless.
That's okay with you, right, Chief Gant? Worthy? You'll live to regret this, mark my words. Ahem. Miss Emma Skye, please take the stand.
Well, looks like Edgeworth has decided to take the horse by the reins. And thank fuck, because I had no control in that situation.
Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation.
My name is Emma Skye. My occupation? I'm Lana's little sister, and I want to be a scientific investigator.
2 years ago, you encountered the serial killer Joe Dark of the Joe Dark killings. Is this correct?
Yes. I'm trying my hardest to forget about that, though.
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to recall those events one more time. Mr. Edgeworth, please remember this trial concerns the murder of Detective Goodman. Is an incident that was resolved 2 years ago really all that relevant? Yes, it most certainly is. Okay. Okay, then. Sure, I guess. I mean... shit. Damn.
Sure gave in fast.
Now, please testify about what happened 2 years ago.
The trip to yesteryear has finally begun. It's bound to lead to the truth behind this trial. Alright, Emma, just tell us some specific detail. That'll get us the answer here. Please, girl. I was waiting in my sister's office that day. A man came running in and took me hostage. You Marshall rescued me, but I'll never forget what I saw in that instant. Man raised up his knife and stabbed Mr. Marshall in the chest.
That doesn't seem good. Well, it's a good thing you weren't harmed.
I passed out. I don't remember much.
That's understandable, however. Please, tell me, Mr. Edgeworth, what does this testimony have to do with Detective Goodman's murder? That will soon become apparent, Your Honor. I don't know, but maybe Phoenix Wright will tell us.
You gotta admire him for his courage, considering he has no evidence.
Oh, very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. I guess. Shit, I guess.
2 years ago, I was waiting in my sister's office that day. Why were you waiting in your sister's office? 2 years ago, the defendant was a detective at the police department, correct? Yes, she was second in command under the then Deputy Chief Police Gant. My sister, she was the best detective ever.
Yes, I remember. Deputy Chief Gant and Miss Sky used to be quite the pair. I believe they shared the same office.
That's right. I'd always sit at my sister's desk and dream about playing that organ. Yeah, the fucking, like, evil villain organ sitting in the goddamn police department. I wanted to play it that day, too.
Well, the police department and the prosecutor's office held a ceremony that day.
Lana promised to take me to dinner after she finished her work. A man came running in and took me hostage. Oh, wait. Actually, I need to press go on that. A man? I'm a man. Yes, Joe Dark. He was a serial killer.
Joe Dark was brought in for questioning on the day of that ceremony. We were desperate to get anything on him that would lead to an arrest. When he saw his chance, he fled the room, right? Upon fleeing the room, Dark proceeded to take the elevator. He must have been in a panic because the elevator was going up.
Then he ran to into Sky and Gant's office. There was a lot of noise coming from outside, so I opened up the door to have a look. That's what I saw. Him. Interesting. Well, Marshall rescued him. What was the prosecutor doing there?
That day there were two people present during Dark's questioning. Deputy Chief Damon Gant and Prosecutor Neil Marshall.
I had a thought. I don't like the thought that I had, but I have it. Almost forgot about Gant. So, hear me out, chat. And this might even be why fucking Joe Dark's picture is blacked out here. What if... Stay with me on this. Joe Dark wasn't being questioned that day. Like just completely. Like, Joe Dark was not supposed to be there for questioning or anything. Instead, something happened. I don't know what. Damon Gant goes in to the office with Emma inside, tries to kill her for some reason. I don't know, maybe it's because Lana was stealing his rep or whatever the fuck, I don't know. And then I'm trying to trail thought. I'm losing it. And then when he tried to kill her, instead Neil Marshall got killed. And the blackmail is that if Lana tries to say anything about it, Gant's just gonna kill Emma. So I'm hoping that's not real. I'm hoping what I'm saying is insane and crazy. And that, you know, it's something completely different. But I'm not gonna throw it away because it's Ace Attorney and I wouldn't put it against them to have it be like, Joe Dark was never real, or some bullshit like that.
Neil Marshall just had received the King of Prosecutors Award. Young and dedicated, he went straight to the questioning room after the ceremony.
I assume that's why he would also be why he was the first to run after Dark.
When Dark grabbed me, I thought I was as good as dead. What was my theory? That Joe Dark isn't real or something like that, or wasn't ever gonna be questioned, and it was just Damon Gant being crazy and trying to kill Emma for some reason. Whether that's to get to Lana or whatever. It's a bit out there, but also it's Ace Attorney, so anything can fucking happen. And that's when Prosecutor Marshall came running in? I don't clearly remember what happened then, but I'll never forget what I saw in that instant.
And what was that?
There's theories that Damon has schizophrenia. I mean... Sorry, I was looking for profiles. He's 65. I guess that doesn't mean anything. I'm just saying, this guy might be a little crazy. He constantly talks about swimming, which worries me. So we'll figure out what that is. Can you tell us about that? I don't think you guys can hear this. Maybe you can. My dad's been watching fucking, what is it? March Madness for his home team, UConn. And it sounds like they just won because all I hear is him screaming at the top of his lungs with joy. So good for him. Big W's. But it was very jarring for a second because all I hear is just yes coming from outside. I'm like, what happened? He's still yelling. He's still yelling. Damn, he's fired up. I didn't realize that. All right. Mr. Marshall jumped on dark. Just then, the lights went out.
The lights?
Well, it was just about this time of year. There was a terrible storm going on, and lightning struck nearby. Huh, so the electricity went out. Also, it was dark, so Emma couldn't have seen who it was, and Damon Gant's a big dude. I don't like that I keep trying to make this happen. I need to stop.
Wait a minute. If it was pitch dark in that room, you shouldn't have been able to see anything, right?
Right, but just then the lightning flashed again outside. That sudden flash left an unforgettable image of the scene in my mind.
I see.
I told the detective about what I saw then.
The detective?
Yes, Detective Goodman. He was in charge of that case. Detective Bruce Goodman, victim. Shut up! Stop talking about him! No, let's hear more. So you spoke with the Detective Goodman about this 2 years ago? Yes, that's what's so scary about this trial.
And you told Detective Goodman about what you saw?
Yes, but at the time, the words just wouldn't come out. That's why I drew a picture.
A picture?
Yeah, I think she's mentioned that before.
Oh, Mr. Wright, have you heard enough?
No! What about this picture? The picture the witness drew. Isn't it in the... Is it in this? Ah! Does not look... I believe it has a very important meaning.
But the list of evidence I was given 2 years ago didn't contain a picture.
That's because you got the wrong piece of evidence, fuckface.
Witness, would you mind if we added the statement to your testimony?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, you mind, or yes, you wouldn't mind? Or no, you wouldn't mind? I drew a picture of that scene once. Hold up, let me save because sometimes Phoenix Wright likes to pull some bullshit. You guys know how it is. I've got it right here. Wait. Man holding a something. Man holding a relay race stick. The picture is drawn on the back of this evidence list in magic marker. I got a very bad feeling about this. Yeah! It's this, right? Mr. Edgeworth. This little girl put all of her heart into that drawing that picture. And yet you would insist on denying its existence?
Oh? Hey, I'm not the bad guy. All I'm saying is that as the prosecutor for this case, I wasn't handed such a picture.
That may well be. But that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Behold!
This is the evidence list for the SL9 incident?
Yeah, Your Honor, please turn it over. Give it a little spin, Your Honor.
Turn it over, turn it... Ah! What's this?
I love the judge's reactions to shit. He's so confused.
Yes, what is that?
Hey, that's it. That's the picture I drew.
Indeed, two men appear to be wrestling here. What's the meaning of this? What are you doing with that list?
Hey, what do you mean?
Only the prosecutor in charge should have access to that list. Huh? These lists, they're different from each other. What? It would appear, Mr. Edgeworth, that the evidence list you were handed 2 years ago was incomplete. These two lists fit together to form one. You can see the marks here where they're torn apart from each other.
What? Wait, the fucking... Torn? This thing isn't torn at all. This thing is not torn. This is not a torn list. This just looks like a separate list. The only way I can see it being torn is maybe they were like stapled together and they just like ripped the staple out or something. That's all I got. It being ripped in half is crazy because that does not look ripped at all. Somebody on the modeling team should have fucking fixed that. So you see, Mr. Edgeworth, it's quite obvious what happened. In fact, some would say it's quite simple. 2 years ago, only half the evidence in that case ever reached you.
What? What? Order, order! But Miss Sky, why did you draw your picture on the back of such an important list?
Because that's what Detective Goodman handed me in the questioning room, Your Honor. Why did he do that, though? Wait a minute. If this list was torn in half, then that means... Your Honor!
Are you alright, Mr. Wright? Your eyes are bulging from your head.
Your Honor, I'm tripping balls right now. If the evidence list was torn in half, then there might be more of that drawing on the back of Mr. Edgeworth's list.
Oh. Yes, that's quite conceivable, Mr. Edgeworth.
It's possible. Let's see.
Is something wrong?
Do you even have to ask? What is it, Edgeworth? Come on, Edgeworth. Come on, boy. Show it.
Sorry, Your Honor. There is indeed something drawn on the back of my list. It's that thing.
Blue Badger? What are you doing still in this case? God damn it. That stupid fucking badger.
That's that thing. That thing that was dancing in the evidence room.
Clearly this is an act of vandalism. Is this work of a certain chief of detectives?
I guess he was out of scrap paper. Okay.
Very well, witness. Will you please testify about this picture you drew 2 years ago?
Huh? Oh, yes, sir, Your Honor. What's wrong with Emma? She seemed to be thinking about something when she was looking at the picture. Now I'm thinking about something. What the fuck does that mean? That doesn't make any sense. How? What? I'm like trying to look at it from this direction. Why would it look like that? Am I missing a detail? No. No. No, okay, I don't think so. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Emma, you gotta yap more about your picture though, girl. 'Cause I don't know. This is the picture I drew 2 years ago. The flash of lightning was so bright all I could see were shadows. After that, I must have fainted. This picture shows exactly what I saw in that instant. So you saw the...
To think such a flash of lightning could burn such an image in your mind.
Yeah, thanks to that, though, she was able to show us exactly what she saw.
Well, I don't see any contradictions here. This clearly shows Joe Dark about to murder Prosecutor Neil Marshall. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. Have fun.
What the fuck is important here? Did you draw this picture right after the incident? I think I drew it. I think I drew it 2 or 3 days later. At first, I was in such a state of shock that I couldn't do anything.
During that time, the investigation team was reorganized. Detective Goodman was placed in charge under the direction of Damon Gant and Lana Sky.
2 or 3 days later. The memory should have still been fresh in your mind.
Excuse me, witness? But can you please tell us why the picture is painted all in black?
Okay. So at the time you didn't even know it was Mr. Marshall who had come to your rescue? No, I couldn't see him clearly. The lightning was so bright and I was knocked to the floor. You were knocked to the floor? Dark had a tight grip on me, but when Mr. Marshall jumped on him, I was knocked away. I turned around, and that's when the lightning flashed. Is it just me, or does that guy not look like Marshall? I think it is Marshall, but he just doesn't look the same. His profile pic looks very different from when he's getting murdered. But you know what? I shouldn't question that, I feel like. I feel like I would also have a very different face if I was getting murdered. So, you know what? Fair point. Poor Emma. I'm just glad she wasn't hurt.
What happened after the lightning flashed?
After that, I must have fainted. This picture shows exactly what I saw in that instant. That's strange. She claims that this is exactly the scene that was imprinted in her mind, and yet there's clearly a contradiction here. I thought you must have been. You mean you didn't see the actual murder take place? No, I'm sorry.
The flash of lightning only drove off the darkness for a split second. Not only that, but the trauma of the situation understandably caused the witness to faint. You don't really need to torture this girl any further.
What? Hey, I'm not the bad guy here. Anyway, this picture shows exactly what I saw in that instant. Sorry for asking, but are you sure you drew exactly what you saw? Of course, this is the exact scene. There wasn't influence in any way from your talks with the detectives.
Are you insinuating we somehow manipulated her memory, Mr. Wright?
No, of course not, you know. That never happens, right? I better watch out, or he might find some way to cut my salary. I drew this picture before I heard anything from the detectives, so I don't think anyone's story would have influenced me.
Mr. Wright, is there something bothering you with this picture?
Huh? Oh, well. That's strange. She claims this was exactly the scene that was imprinted in her mind, and yet there's clearly a contradiction here. There's clearly a contradiction. Well, I think it's the giant blue badger. We save again. Because I don't want to lose my points. Why did you see the blue badger? Damn it. Maybe it's a different spot. Objection! How do you feel about this? Alright, I'm thinking too close-mindedly. I gotta open my brain to all the dumb possibilities this could be. It's Emma's prince. Stabbed in the back. Oh, there we go. Objection! I hate to be the bearer of bad news, But this picture the witness drew contains a blatant contradiction. What? But I remember it just like it was yesterday.
Mr. Wright, perhaps it would be faster if you simply pointed out this contradiction for us. What part of this picture contradicts the autopsy report?
Right here, Your Honor. Oh, come on. That's because this drawing stinks. Mr. Wright, how could you?
The act of making an innocent girl cry should warrant the death penalty.
Who? Uh-huh.
Objection!
Yeah. Blatant contradiction. I thought it would be the guy. It's not that? Why is it not that? He's clearly facing backwards. Is it the other guy?
Objection!
I feel like that wouldn't make sense, but... I'm gonna save right here so I don't have to do the objections constantly. Is it Mr. Man here? Damn it! What the hell is it? I guess it must be then... the knife. The contradiction, of course, lies here. Take a look at the knife this man is holding. As you could... If you look closely, you can clearly see its tip is broken. Are we for real? Are we so serious? That's the contradiction? Not that he's like, you know, about to get stabbed in the front here. It's that the knife tip is missing in this drawing where it looks like it's just a stick and not... I hate you, Ace Attorney. I love you, Ace Attorney, but I hate you, Ace Attorney. That's so fucked up. Yeah, exactly. She couldn't see the faces, but she was able to see that the knife, which is a thin weapon, smaller than a face of a person, she was able to see that the knife tip was broken. Are you for real, Emma? She's got her brain on the evidence. She's just evidence pilled. She's not... She doesn't think about people. She thinks about evidence. I understand now. I should have thought about that before saying anything. If you look closely, you can see its tip is broken.
Even I don't have to look closely to see that, Mr. Wright. And I've got cataracts.
But, Mr. Wright, look at the evidence. See the murder weapon? Its tip is broken too.
If I recall, the tip of the knife was found broken off in the victim's body.
There's a conclusive piece of evidence that proved Joe Dark was the murderer. I'm afraid it's not so shrimple, Emma.
Objection!
And where, pray tell, could you possibly see a problem?
It's obvious, really. The victim suffered a single stab wound to the back. If the victim was only stabbed once, then the murder weapon should not yet be broken!
Ah! What is the meaning of this?
Perhaps the knife was broken beforehand.
Objection!
Who would break a knife beforehand? I'm sorry, I'm afraid that's not possible. The tip of the knife was found inside the victim's body. If it was broken beforehand, it couldn't possibly wind up there. I mean, it could, but it would be a really weird way. It'd be a really weird roundabout thing.
The tip of the knife was undeniably discovered within the victim's body. The only possible explanation is the witness' memory is mistaken.
Objection!
Damn, there's so many objections. Fuck. That's why I asked her many times if she was sure she remembered correctly. I believe you were annoyed with me at the time, but she was sure she remembered correctly.
But there's no other way to explain this inconsistency.
Objection!
Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. There is another explanation. Have you forgotten already? About a little something called a falsified evidence?
Not treading on thin ice, Mr. Wright.
Look, all I'm saying, bro. Is that this broken knife tip might be the piece of evidence that was forged. You can't deny the possibility.
Oh. Ah.
He can't.
Order, order, order! Are you saying the investigation really was corrupted?
Your Honor, please allow me once again to go over the evidence that took place on the day of the murder. If you will. The police department and the prosecutor's office were holding a ceremony that day. After receiving the King of Prosecutors Award at the ceremony, Neil Marshall questioned Joe Dark along with Damon Gant. During his questioning, Joe Dark fled the room. Prosecutor Marshall chased after him and was killed by Dark. Here's my belief that somewhere in the story there is a lie. I'm not lying. The man was really holding up a broken knife.
And if that's true, then there's no other way around it. This could not have been the actual murder weapon. I've got the hiccups now. Fuck.
Why do I always get the hiccups when I'm playing a narrative game? When I was playing, I don't remember getting the hiccups when I was playing Devil May Cry, and I didn't have to fucking talk.
There must have been another broken knife.
What are the chances of there being two broken knives?
Another broken knife besides Joe Dark's. Could there have been one? What is this one? No? Unless Emma didn't see a knife. I'm gonna say there's another one, but I don't know if that's true. Well, if the witness is adamant about the accuracy of what she saw, then it can't be explained by way of, it can't be explained away by a simple observational error. Mr. Wright. In that instant, Emma did really see a broken knife. You have to think a bit outside the box for that one. I think, well, bringing my brain to Ace Attorney logic levels, I think it's not a knife. I think it's the screwdriver from the AI-16 incident. That's my guess. Because, screwdriver, big round, flathead. This one looks kind of sharp, I guess. For the sake of our argument, I'm going to say it's sharp, but we'll see. Unless there's another piece of evidence here. Oh. Hey, I think I know what the other piece of evidence I was thinking of might be. God damn it.
I assume then that you have some information about this other broken knife? If so, please feel free to enlighten us.
The murder weapon was already broken prior to the murder. There's only one way. Take a look at this. This is the real murder weapon. Ah, shit. I forgot to fucking load my thing. Damn it.
If anything's broken here, it's you.
Huh? I'm sure this must all be very amusing to you, Mr. Wright.
Alright. Fair enough. Fair enough. I don't know how far back is this. I probably shouldn't load this because I think this is way far back. Oh no. Yep, there's another one. Okay, so it's not the King of Prosecutors trophy. That was a stretch only because there's no halberd there. That was my thought. So we're gonna go with evidence piece number 2 on my ideas. Screwdriver. Damn it. It wasn't screwdriver. I know, Judge. I know you're disappointed in me, and my feelings are hurt. And there's only one other one I can think of. And if it's this, I'm gonna be kind of annoyed. Because it probably is this. Wait, hold up. I just want to double check through everything. It was the Blue Badger, baby. Actually, Blue Badger, you aren't holding anything that's murdery, right? Doesn't look like it. It's not the Edgeworth knife. Okay. God damn it! The answer lies in the past, right here inside this picture. This is a picture of the awards ceremony.
Oh, this is a picture of the award ceremony. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
It's the broken murder weapon. Notice the award prosecutor marshal. God damn it! That's so dumb. That one I'm actually mad about. That one I'm genuinely annoyed with. Because, like, they specifically describe in this, like, hey, the halberd was removed from this. And you can see here the slot where the halberd probably goes. Like, there's, you know, being like, hey, the halberd is removed from this. That's important. This photo, like, the only thing it shows is the halberd there. This is a moment where I'm like, you should be able to use two pieces of evidence to solve one equation. There should be multiple answers. Because this, like, showing this would make sense. It'd be like, oh, okay, what's so special about the trophy? And you'd be like, 2 years ago, this trophy had a halberd on it that was broken. Notice the award prosecutor marshal is holding. That's dumb. That makes me mad. That's a broken knife. As we earlier concluded, the knife in the drawing was not Joe Dark's knife. That being the case, the knife the witness saw was in all likelihood from this award.
Order, order, order.
I'm running out of orders to use. Neil Marshall was awarded the King of Prosecutors that day. As an award, he was given this broken shield and knife. When he chased after Joe Dark, he pulled out this knife. Being a prosecutor, he did not carry a pistol. This knife was the only weapon he had in this dangerous situation.
But that can't be.
Oh, and why not, Mr. Edgeworth?
Because if the King of Prosecutors Award knife was the murder weapon, then the murderer and the victim would be reversed.
What do you mean?
I mean, the man raising his knife would have been Prosecutor Neil Marshall.
Oh. Oh!
But the prosecutor was the one who actually died.
Yeah, that's true. What's going on here?
It seems Mr. Wright has been a bit too eager to jump to conclusions.
Wait, I remember now. I remember everything. Man, they did not have the budget to give neither Lana or Emma the opportunities to say a line. Fucked up.
Witness?
They couldn't have grabbed like an intern to you know, just do like a hold it for both of them or something. Mr. Edgeworth.
What is it?
Could you show me your evidence list again, please?
His list? The one with the picture scribbled on the back?
Do we have it the wrong way? I knew it. This picture, I'm the one who drew it. Yeah, we assumed.
What?
You drew that. That's right. The list wasn't torn in half at the time I drew this picture. Why was Blue Badger important to the case? All this time I've been trying so hard to forget. I must have locked this part deep away inside me.
Perhaps it would be best if we added this to the witness testimony. Would you please tell us what you recalled, Miss Sky?
Yeah, Your Honor. First the knife mix-up, and now the Blue Badger? That should be interesting. Emma's recollection. When I saw that man raise his knife, I panicked and rushed towards both of them. I think I knocked away the man with the knife. Then there was another flash of lightning, and that's when I saw the Blue Badger. He wasn't in the room, but I'm sure I saw a shadow. Huh?
That's so scary.
This is certainly most unusual.
Objection!
That's way scarier than anything else.
Try impossible. The chief of detectives didn't even design him until this year.
Oh, that would mean he didn't even exist 2 years ago.
Yes, well, the defense may begin its cross-examination.
Stop. Please don't pursue this any further. Lana. What is there in this case now that has you freaked out, girl?
What is the meaning of this? Please remain seated in the defendant's chair.
You can't do this. I've already confessed to the crime. Why can't you just leave it at that?
Chief Prosecutor Sky. We've already come this far. It's too late to turn back. Silence! The defense will now begin its cross-examination. Bailiff, please detain the defendant.
Seems to finally get to the core of this matter. Why did you think of the Blue Badger? When you say that bad, I assume you're referring to Joe Dark? Yes, at least I think it was him. You think? All I could really see were shadows.
The power outage that immediately preceded the incident is also documented in the prosecutor's office reports. So then you...
Panicked and rushed towards both of them. Not present. Show me. Why would you do something so dangerous? What else could I have done? He was about to stab Mr. Marshall. She seems convinced that Dark is the one holding the knife. But as we've just theorized, Mr. Marshall was the one holding the knife. Well, I didn't know at the time. When that Dark guy knocked me down, all I could think of was, I've got to help that other person. I knocked away the man with the knife.
What do you mean, you think?
It all happened so fast, and I was in shock. I don't remember everything clearly. What I did, it's all kind of a blur.
The Sky was almost killed before she was witness to a murder about to take place. So much happening in a matter of seconds. A little disorientation was only natural.
I saw the man about to stab another person who I thought was Mr. Marshall. I knew I had to stop the man with a knife.
What you did was very brave, young girl. So then what happened next?
Just then there was another flash of lightning, and that's when I saw the Blue Badger. Did you know he was the Blue Badger at the time? Are you sure about this? Of course, see? I even drew a picture of him here.
What? It was the chief of detectives who thought of this hideous beast. And that was just this year. The Blue Badger didn't exist 2 years ago. This is all quite verifiable.
I know it sounds strange, but I was surprised too when I saw him at the police department. I had this nagging feeling I'd seen him somewhere. Now I finally remember. Oh, brother. Just when you thought that thing had caused enough commotion.
Tell us, where in the room did you see him dancing?
His shadow? You mean you didn't actually see his face with a winning smile and all? That's right, but I still remember it. He had 3 creepy horns.
This is pointless. That thing couldn't have possibly existed 2 years ago. The witness must be mistaken.
Objection!
That may well be. But what's important is that was what caused her to think she saw what she did.
Oh, and I suppose you have an explanation. By all means, please tell us what the shadow really was.
I'm working on it. I'm thinking real hard. What was it Emma saw when that lightning flashed? Who is this Blue Badger, really? I just might know, I think. The Blue Badger hadn't even been dreamt up when Emma drew this picture. But she certainly saw a shadow. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the defense's belief that on that fateful day 2 years ago, there was indeed something that looked similar to the Blue Badger. Something that is now sitting in this very room. Mr. Wright.
In his room. Very well, Mr. Wright.
Maybe I should have saved here. I thought Edgeworth was going to do something bullshit.
What is it that in that the witness saw in that instant? Please show us what this mysterious blue badger look alike.
So if that has 3 horns, there's only one other thing, chat, that has 3 on it. And I think it's this pot. Yep, I knew it. The mysterious blue badger was in fact this.
But that's... what exactly is that?
I believe it's some sort of jar. But Mr. Wright, this doesn't look anything like the blue badger. Oh yeah, what if you turned it around a little bit? Indeed it doesn't. As it stands now, it's just a plain jar. However, what if we were to change our viewpoint?
Our viewpoint?
I gotta show on the correct angle to look at this from. Oh no! Oh, Jesus. How do we... Oh, this is bad. That's kind of close. That kind of looks like it, right? Oh, there we go. Wait, I'm cooking. Hold up, chat, I'm cooking. Your streamer's cooking. Hold up, I've got it. I'm locked in. How is this, Your Honor? Well, is this a miracle or what? Let's go! First try! I'm so sure there's a million other people playing this that just completely biffed that. And was like, huh? Ugh, let's go. I know how to spin things around, chat. Your streamer knows how to spin things around! Yeah! Sorry. I don't know why I got so hyped about that, but I am. I'm gassed, bro. I'm all gassed up. Let's go. No one can possibly deny this jar's resemblance to the blue badger. Why was it in the air, though? No, it can't be. But, like, thinking about it, it would be in the air. Glad you didn't have to spend an hour on this part. Have people spend hours? You know what? People probably have spent hours on this part. Order! And also, I know I've looked things up in the past when I get stumped. I did not look that up. I promise you, on everything, on my cosplays, that shit was genuine. I'm like, I genuinely can't believe I did that quickly. That did not look anything like it. Like, I was like, oh, that kind of looks like it, but not really, but yes. But damn, that's crazy. The position is almost frame perfect. So even if you get the position wrong, you could still be considered wrong. That's fucked. That is so fucked. That's evil. Whoever designed that is a villain, for sure.
The defense has proven its claim. The mysterious blue badger witnessed on the day of the crime actually is this.
Although we've enjoyed Mr. Wright's dramatic performance, one question remains. What's your point?
What do you mean?
So that badger thing was actually just a jar. It doesn't change anything.
Objection!
Actually, I'm afraid that's where you're wrong, Mr. Edgeworth. You see, this changes everything. Why is there blood on that jar?
Indeed. Very well then, please tell us. What's different now that we know the witness saw this jar?
Oh, that's a great question, actually, Edgeworth. That's a good question, Edgeworth. I don't actually know. It can't be the murder weapon. The location might be different. Allow me to take these in turn. At the moment of the murder, the witness saw this jar. At a very specific angle, I might add, Mr. Wright. Yes, well, knowing this, where could she have seen this jar?
Well,
The location of the jar is shown in a picture taken on the day of the crime. It's on a shelf in the office of Damon Gant.
Objection!
But the body was found lying near Lana Sky's desk. The witness had testified to save herself.
Objection!
Okay, and I'm saying that she's lying to the court, I guess. Yes, and it is these two facts that reveal what actually transpired. You see, the struggle between Dark and Marshall did not take place in Lana Sky's office. It happened on the other side of the room, in Chief Gant's office.
Objection!
Which is technically the same office, but whatever.
Are you implying the murderer moved the victim's body from Damon Gant's office to Lana Sky's office?
Yeah.
Why would he do that? There's no reason.
Exactly. Why would he do that? If there wasn't a reason, he wouldn't have gone through the trouble. The only logical conclusion is that there was a reason.
Do you know what that reason was, Mr. Wright?
I finally figured it out.
So this is why Lana tried to stop the trial.
It's too late to quit now, though. Please recall the witness's testimony. She said she knocked away the man who was holding the knife. In the next instant, the jar was hit and flew through the air. Now tell me, what could have sent the jar flying?
That would have to have been the impact the man made when he was knocked into the wall?
Ladies and gentlemen, may I draw your attention to this picture once more? If the man was knocked in the direction of the shelf the jar was sitting on, what would he have hit? Ah!
The suit of armor, holding a very sharp and dangerous-looking sword.
Yes. And since the man who was knocked into the armor was carrying a broken knife, he would have had to have been Neil Marshall, wielding the King of Prosecutors trophy.
No. Mr. Wright, you can't be thinking.
Yep. There's another possibility of what actually transpired in that room.
Another possibility?
I'm about to say Emma murdered. Of course, the perpetrator would have no idea, but nevertheless... I don't know if I can go through with this.
Mr. Wright, what's the matter? If the events took place as the defense theorizes, then the outcome is obvious. In that moment, assuming the man Emma Sky knocked away was actually prosecutor Neil Marshall.
Emma murdered him? Oh no! Uh-oh! Oopsies! Oops! Sorry, Lana. I actually got Emma accused of murder. You mean Mr. Marshall died because of me? Sorry, Emma, to give you more trauma on top of your normal trauma. But, you know... Oh, she passed out. Oh no. Hey.
I never imagined a testimony would lead to this. So it was the witness who took the victim's life, and then proved so with her own testimony. This is unprecedented.
Well, I mean, she can't be convicted, though, right? What? What are you saying? Sorry, Miss Sky, but given the circumstances, Joe Dark murdered Prosecutor Marshall. How can you think that it was Emma? How dare you try to pin the crime on her?
Imagine that coming from you.
Oh, damn! Damn, get her ass, Edward, get her ass!
If I recall, it was you who admitted to forging evidence 2 years ago. The reason you moved Prosecutor Marshall's body was to keep anyone else from finding out about what Emma did, wasn't it?
I assure you, Mr. Edgeworth, I have no idea what you're talking about. If you hope to have anyone to believe your insane allegations, I'm afraid you're going to have proof. Tell me, do you have any conclusive evidence that proves my sister killed Neil Marshall? That's a great question. Evidence? I'm willing to bet you don't.
Yes, it certainly would be difficult to prove this with evidence. If we don't have evidence, then we'll have to rely on testimony.
I'm afraid that won't work in this case. Both parties involved in the incident are dead. We certainly can't get dead people to testify. That's actually not true at all. That's super not true. We literally... God damn it. It's times like these where I wish we had Maya still. God damn it. I was about to be like, oh, we have a spirit medium we could call to help us out. No, because Maya's gone back and go training again. God, man. Chad, I miss Maya. This has all been a wild goose chase from the beginning. I wish I had somebody's magical powers to help me out.
Touche, Miss Sky. Of course, that only leaves us with one possibility.
You mean there's still another possibility?
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
I mean the possibility that the victim left us a message. For better or for worse, Mr. Marshall did not die instantly. He may have left behind the name of the person who took his life. In one manner or another.
That's impossible. Why not?
Well, Mr. Wright, this is the only possibility left to you. A message from the deceased. Does such a message exist?
Maybe. I don't know. I've got to think back to the court record. The real murderer's name that the victim may have left behind. Maybe it's somewhere hidden amongst these? I don't know. It's in the evidence, I believe it. This message from the deceased is already in our possession. Mr. Wright? Will you stop at nothing to prove my sister a murderer? I mean, I guess.
Do not be mistaken, Miss Sky. Our purpose is not to accuse Emma of any crime. There's only one thing we seek, the truth, no matter how painful it might be.
Now then, Mr. Wright, please show us the evidence that conveys the message from the dead.
Great question. Great question, Your Honor. Not that one. Rubber glove. Why would the rubber glove be important? No, I don't think so. Not the marshal. Not that. Not that. Oh. Maybe that's from Marshall's clothes or something? This is the message from the deceased?
Right. Now this is the message from the judge.
Ow. Oh. I guess that wasn't right. Alright, well, fair enough. Man, that's the first time they made me genuinely think I was right and then did it. Yep. It's in the evidence. We've got it, Your Honor. Give me 1 second. Saving my game shit. Fuck. We've got this shit, Your Honor. Got this shit on lock. What could it be? Maybe that? No. I'm surprised it's not this. Not the security evidence. I don't think it's gonna be in there. love. Thank you, Judge. Very cool. So glad you could just slap me with another fucking... Uh-huh. Now then, Mr. Wright. Alright. I'm trying to. Why is this important? Memo. Prosecutors found on the crime scene. The jar again? It's the fucking jar again? Are you kidding me? Come on, man.
This is that blue badger from before, right?
Oh, is he going to just speak the killer's name?
If that thing could, I'm sure it would.
Looks like everyone's forgotten that this is just a jar. A message was left here on the surface of this jar.
What do you mean?
If you look closely, you can see a faint trail of blood on this jar.
Looks like someone wiped the blood away.
Yeah, but notice, for some reason, some of them, the blood on some of the fragments was not wiped away.
Yes, there's a line here, drawn in blood.
So what you're saying is these dots were once lines?
Prosecutor Marshall didn't die instantly. He used a few precious moments left him to leave behind a message.
One that someone apparently wiped away. But blood in the jar must have seeped in the jar where the lines changed directions.
Precisely so. All we need to do is connect these points and the victim's message will become apparent. No. Why are you so worried about that?
Mr. Wright, what kind of message did the victim leave for us?
Your Honor, I believe these bloodstains will reveal to us the real answer. I've got to connect these dots to make letters. There's only one thing the victim would have written, given the circumstances, his murderer's name. Oh, is it gonna spell Emma? Yeah, See, Your Honor, it says Emma. What do you think? I came up with this message.
Yes. I feel like I'm teaching a handwriting to a student who's all thought.
What the hell? Come on, man. I don't think it was that bad. Chat, they roasted my handwriting and shit. That's mean. Yep. I didn't realize there'd be so much saving in this case. Yep. Okay. His murderer's name. I'm seeing the E here. These can't be clicked, except for the very end. Was I maybe doing too much? Or maybe it wants that? That's, I guess, more clearly an A. I missed it by one thing. I'm pissed. Come on, man. Cut me a little slack. It's a defense attorney's duty to prove their client's innocence. That's why all I've been thinking about is saving Lana. After all my efforts, I never thought it would turn out like this. Emma!
So this is the final message a Prosecutor Marshall left behind.
all people. She may not have meant it, but in the end, the one who took the victim's life was Emma Skye.
Hey, what does this have to do with the, the current murder at hand? Oh, hi.
Seaworthy, can't say I didn't warn you.
Chief Gant.
Do you understand the implications of what you've done?
What? What are you talking about?
2 years ago, Joe Dark was sentenced to death.
He was convicted because of his final murder. I believe you were the prosecutor in the case, were you not? Ah.
Yes, Worthy. Because of you, an innocent man was sentenced to death.
I wouldn't call him innocent.
Not only that, but you used forged evidence to ensure his conviction.
And who the fuck gave him the forged evidence? Joe Dark really was a serial murderer. That's undeniable.
I'm afraid that's not important.
It's very important.
Didn't you know we aren't defenders of justice?
What?
We're merely keepers of the law. Sentencing a man to death is no light matter. Even if there wasn't any cover-up or evidence forgery, ultimately the responsibility falls upon the prosecutor in charge.
It's not the police's fault that we didn't stop that guy from getting killed. Oops. We're just the police. We can't stop a serial murderer on our own. Fucking Gant sound like the real police.
Despite what anyone may say, this fact cannot be denied.
What's going on at the prosecutor's office? They said it's a man to death. How could he just stand there like it wasn't his fault? Because it wasn't his fault.
Order, order, order! Order!
I hate this guy. The gavel's pounding fell on deaf ears. Unable to settle the crowd, the judge declared a recess. Where this trial is headed, no one knows. Oh boy. This trial has had, what, 7 sections now? Or we're coming up on 7 sections? Because day 1, I think every day has had a former and a ladder. Sorry, Edgeworth. I didn't mean to get you in trouble.
Don't worry about it. This is my problem, not yours.
Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Hi, Gumshoe. What are you doing here? I think this is the final section. It does say... Let's just confirm. It does say here, final day trial ladder. There better not be a final day trial final. I'll be pissed.
Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later.
Bye, Gumshoe. Wait, it said Gumshoe. What is it?
Okay, I guess you still want me here. You know, I nerve proud, make a detective around while I'm on duty. Now, it's alright, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals.
I take it Lana's having you run errands again.
Let me tell you, this is the last time, pal. Here, she asked me to give you this to you if there was a break in today's trial.
Evidence law? Oh no. Edgeworth was just talking about this the other day.
You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department.
Is that right, Mr. Wright? Well, it seems so. You could at least study some evidence law, really.
The chief prosecutor also wanted me to give you a message.
Message?
She said, if you plan on taking him on, you're gonna need his book.
Him. Well, I guess I'll need to give this book a thorough read. From Miss Sky, explain the 2 rules of evidence law.
I don't know if I got book with you ain't good now, though. All that's left now is your chief prosecutor's sentence.
And that's where you're wrong, detective.
Huh? Haven't you figured it out yet? Why I'm still sitting in that prosecutor's seat? Despite all these allegations being thrown at me? Mr. Edgeworth, the real trial today hasn't begun yet. What? What else is there left to do? Your credibility's all but ruined with this forged evidence you were unaware of. Miss Skies found out she unwittingly caused a man's death. And now you tell me you want to do more? You gotta be kidding me, pal.
You're missing the point, Detective. Lana didn't murder Detective Goodman. She merely stuck a knife into his dead body. That means the real killer is still out there. What? And we're going to expose him. No matter what it takes. This case has hurt too many people. It's time to bring it to an end. Now let me read that book on evidence law. No evidence shall be shown on the rule of police department. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Something tells me we're going to be in for a annoying ass section of technicalities.
Court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, Your Honor.
The inquiry committee is planning to impose harsh penalties for your actions.
Thank you for the news, Your Honor.
Yes, Normally this is where the prosecution calls forth a witness.
Let me guess, but the police department has something new.
But, cough, cough. This isn't easy to say. You see, there is some concern that you, Mr. Edgeworth, may have,
Struck a bargain. You think I may have manipulated the witnesses?
I didn't say that. It's just everyone's been talking and, you know, they say that, you know.
Very well, Your Honor. I have a solution.
The solution?
That being the case, the prosecution will allow the defense to call forth all further witnesses.
What? But there's no precedent for what you're proposing.
Undeniably, this is an unusual arrangement, but a very effective one. It would prove that I haven't struck any deals with the witnesses.
Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say?
Unbelievable. Edgeworth has found a way to continue the trial. Very well. The defense accepts the prosecution's proposal.
Then it's settled. Defense may now call forth the next witness.
Mr. Wright. You do realize this is your last chance. If you call the wrong witness, this trial is as good as over.
The defense calls somebody important. Time's finally coming out to bring out the real murderer. Lana Scott! No. It's gotta be Miss Angel Star. She's great. Mike! Guys, I just realized Mike Meekins is the same age as me. That guy's got it rough. That guy does not. This guy looks like he might be in his 30s at age 22. That's a rough. Damon Gant. The defense calls Damon Gant to the stand.
Damon Gant? What does he have to do with anything?
As the defendant's partner 2 years ago, Mr. Gant has first-hand knowledge on the crime. I feel we should hear what he has to say about it.
As luck would have it, he should still be in the courthouse. He would also be the least likely to have been manipulated by me in any way. Wouldn't you agree, Your Honor?
True. All right, bailiff, please escort Mr. Gant to the stand.
Oh boy. Mr. Swimming Pool.
Witness, please state your name and occupation.
What is this? Some kind of practical joke? I was just on my way to lunch.
Your name and occupation, sir?
Worthy, are you sure you want to do this?
Your name and occupation.
So, you want to play hardball, eh?
Fucking just say your name and occupation so we can keep going with this goddamn trial, bro.
Please, Mr. Gant. Fine. My name is Damon Gant. I'm the acting chief of police.
Now then, Damon Gant, now that you fucking said everything you need to say, the court requests to hear your testimony.
Oh, righto. What's with the grim face?
First, let's clear up this SL9 incident.
Oh, you mean that time when Lana's sister murdered that prosecutor? Personally, I think it's been made pretty clear already.
And there are still some things unaccounted for.
Oh, like what?
Like the role you played in all this.
Son, either you're very brave or very foolish.
You are aware, of course, that the police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal. Judge, are you seeing this? Weapons?
Sure, take this testimony, for example. I don't have to give it if I don't want to.
That's not true at all. What are you talking about, bro? You fucking put your hand on the goddamn legal Bible and everything. What? Is that true?
I'm afraid so.
What do you mean that's true?
The chief of police has the right to refuse to testify.
That's bullshit. Why does he have the right to refuse?
Of course, such an action carries with it certain risks.
Oh, don't worry. I'm not here to hinder your trial.
Nah, that doesn't seem likely. It feels like you are here to hinder the trial, actually. It feels exactly like you're here to make everything hard on us.
Just remember,
If this turns out to be a big waste of time, don't say I didn't warn you.
very well, the witness may now begin his testimony.
Yes or no?
As I recall, Neil and I were questioning him that day. To make a long story short, we slipped up. The power outage didn't help either. When I went to my office, I found Lana there. Well, she had already arranged the crimes. As you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery.
That doesn't prove anything. What you just said doesn't prove that you didn't forge anything. It just proves that you were there when Lana moved the body. Like, what are you yapping about, dog?
Is that when Doc was arrested? Him? He was lying on the floor unconscious. When Emma sent Neil flying, it seems Doc bumped his head.
That seems unlikely, but sure.
I see. Everything seems pretty clear-cut.
If the police chief has the right to refuse to testify, I better hit him hard and fast. Yeah, that also feels like a bullshit thing. That's like just being like, yeah, the police actually don't get accused of crimes ever, which... But... not saying anything, but... why were you questioning that day? As I recall, a ceremony was held at the police department that day.
Yes, that's right. I guess you could say I'm a workaholic. After winning his award, Neil was all fired up too. That's probably what spooked Doc and made him run away like that.
Was the defendant Lana Sky also present in the room?
I don't quite remember. At the very least, she wasn't there when Doc ran for it.
The power outage helped up. What do you mean you slipped up? So the two of you immediately ran after him, right?
That's right, but Doc made it to the elevator first, so Neil and I split up. He went upstairs and I went downstairs. I guess you could say he got lucky.
What's this about a power outage?
Oh, that. The elevator stopped all of a sudden, and I got the shock of my life. Well, probably not as shocked as Neil was when that knife went into his heart, though.
You seem very happy to just, like, make fun of your dead prosecutor friend. Yeah, it's not funny. That's what I thought, Phoenix. That's fucking weird. That's weird and rude and creepy.
When I went to my office, I found Lana there.
Oh, what the fuck was Lana doing? Can you tell us what you saw?
It was a shocking sight. You know, that serial killer lying in a heap on the floor, all tangled together.
Doc was also lying collapsed on the floor?
Yes, apparently he hit his head and was knocked out. Next to them were those two poor girls.
Oh well. Why are you calling Lana a girl? That feels weird to say. She's an adult lady. Like,
Lana's cradling Emma in her arms. Looking back at it now, she must have already known what her sister had done.
How would she know that?
Apparently she had already arranged the crime scene.
She might have, like, figured it out, but I don't think she knew it was intentional. How can you know that?
Because the victim's body, it had already been moved.
So that means you found the body near Lana's desk.
That's right. I think you said earlier
It was my suit of armor that really stabbed the prosecutor.
Yes.
Anyway. As you see, I had nothing to do with this forgery.
So you're saying that the forgery had already taken place by the time it arrived at your office?
That's exactly what I'm saying. I can understand how Lana must have felt. But moving a body and hiding evidence are inexcusable, no matter the circumstances.
That how it really went down? Staring at the witness won't do you any good, Mr. Wright. Are you going to stare at anything?
Stare at me. It'd be better off staring at the court record.
Worthy. Always the smooth talker.
But what piece of evidence ties Grant to the forgery? Lana did admit to forging evidence. That can't be the whole truth. So now I've got to link Gant to the incident. The pot, maybe? I mean, the pot is one. The jar has no bottom, so the hole goes right through. I wonder if it's really a jar or some kind of weird telescope. Why is that important? This is important? I don't know why it is important now, though. Don't like it. Actually, this is also important. Actually, wait, I know exactly what it is. It should be this, right? Oh.
Objection!
If you really had nothing to do with the forgery, then how do you explain this?
What's that? And what's that on it? A handprint?
Chief Gant, your explanation, please.
I don't know. You tell me, son.
Huh?
My dear Righto, don't you know the second rule of evidence law?
Oh, not this again, evidence law. I'm sure it must be relevant to the case on trial.
Tell me, how is that rag relevant to this trial?
Your Honor, look at his face. This guy's a fucking liar. He knows shit's relevant. He just doesn't want to say.
It appears the defense was not prepared.
I guess it's too early to use this piece of evidence.
Please accept my profound apologies, Chief. Would you mind giving the defense another chance? Well...
Oh, Jesus Christ, I hate this guy.
Well, okay. I'll do it just this once. But only because you asked, Udgy. Thank you. I assure you the defense is terribly sorry.
Yeah, sorry I didn't nail you. So... it's not that. Great. I have another thing I could probably nail you on. Just the pot.
Objection!
You claim you had nothing to do with the forgery. But I'm afraid that is a claim you cannot back up.
Explain yourself?
I don't know why I fucked up his voice again. Several pieces of evidence were found in your office. Take this jar, for example.
That's that blue badger you showed us earlier.
It's not a blue badger, it's a jar. A piece of this jar was discovered in your safe. Not only that, but the evidence list I presented earlier was actually found inside your desk.
It was found where?
You see, Chief Gant, these articles of evidence uncovered in your office are both concrete proof that you also played a part in this illegal investigation.
Chief Gant, what is the meaning of this? Oh. Oh. Here's a defense attorney who may even rival Worthy.
So you admit to it then, that you were involved in the forgery?
Oh, me? Or do you mean you?
Me? Why would I have anything to do with that?
Well, you were the one who stuck into my office when you found this evidence. Prosecutors aren't the only ones capable of forging evidence, you know. Defense attorneys can do so too. Isn't that right, Righto? However, Detective Gumshoe was present during the investigation. Worthy, my boy. Not even detectives are exempt from the law. Rest assured, Dick will receive his due punishment.
What? If Detective Gumshoe drops if Detective Gumshoe's salary drops any further, he'll end up paying to work.
Yes, well, in light of the detective's presence, please give us your testimony regarding these pieces of evidence found in your office and the relation to the forgery that took place at the crime scene. My. Kids these days no longer know how to put two and two together.
What are you gonna be like? Oh, these aren't mine. Gumshoe gains -10. Dude, Gumshoe is paying them $150 a fucking day to work, I swear.
Let's see, what was it now? A jaw fragment and a list. Oh, I know, you could have planted them in my office.
Fucking, if that's your argument, then fucking every piece of evidence that ever existed could have been planted. This knife, planted at the fucking crime scene. Fucking, this knife, planted at the crime. Actually, this knife was planted at the crime scene, so that one's different. That's a different scenario. Ignore me. This fucking screwdriver, and the crime scene for some reason.
Anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. If they were found after Doc was convicted, then they're worthless. There's no reason I'd participate in forgery. Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way.
That's not true also.
Mr. Wright.
Yeah, Your Honor?
When investigating the crime scene, you should have been more careful to observe protocol. You do understand that I am the chief of police, right? There will be consequences. Oh, indeed, I believe I will press charges, so you won't make the same mistake again. My apologies, Chief, but would you mind waiting until tomorrow for that? Today is, well, you know. All right, Eugene, return though. I know that place, right?
Huh? What are these guys, telepathic? What is he talking about? Are they gonna go to like a kissing booth or something? What's going on? Fucking, alright, buddy. Okay, pal. I'd appreciate if you stopped making these ridiculous allegations.
Yes, you do have a point. You wouldn't have the guts to do something like that.
What? I'll have you know, back in the day, I once broke into a cattle ranch and tipped.
Mr. Wright, what are you saying? Anyway, you can't prove you didn't carry in the evidence, can you? If you have proof to the contrary, you're going to need it later. Later? What are you talking about? What else? I'm talking about when Righto's prints are found. Yes, if they are found inside the safe, they would prove his investigation was illegal.
Ugh, I've never faced anyone as slimy as this guy. This guy's an asshole. What do you mean by that?
This is all purely hypothetical, of course. But, suppose I did place those items in my safe. Such an act wouldn't necessarily constitute forgery.
But if concealing evidence found in a crime scene isn't forgery...
I'm not through speaking yet, Righto. It depends on when the evidence was discovered. If they were found after Doc was convicted, then they're worthless.
Are you saying this jar fragment wasn't discovered in the initial investigation?
It would appear not. After all, it wasn't listed in the evidence list. For we know, it could have suddenly materialized the day after Doc was sentenced.
Oh, and wouldn't that be convenient?
Right. The chief is talking about a possibility, so as long as you can't rule that out, your remarks, however clever they may be, will only succeed in wasting time.
Yeah, tell me something I don't know.
Come now, Wright. Think about it. There's no reason I'd participate in forgery.
There's absolutely multiple reasons. One of them being you killed him. How can you look me in the eye and say that?
Because I'm innocent. Remember? Who was it that murdered Neil? I'm not sure I care for the word murder here, but in the end, the person responsible for Mr. Marshall's unfortunate demise was Emma Skye. Well, now do you see?
Rearranging the crime scene will help you. Really, Chief Gant? At the very least, there is one very large benefit you've reaped from all this.
Oh, I wasn't aware. What is this benefit?
That would, of course, be the position you have. Chief of Police.
Oh,
That's right. The resolution of the SL9 incident secured your promotion to Chief. That in itself is sufficient motive. It's true.
oh, that's a good one.
Huh?
You really think I'm that incompetent?
What do you mean?
Without that case, I was already in line to become the next chief. The resolution of SO9 merely sped up the inevitable a little.
Is that true, Edgeworth?
Yes, he was going to be made chief anyway.
Gah. Be careful with pointing that finger, or you might wind up being the one pointed at.
So that means there's only one possible motivation for you to commit forgery. If you didn't do it for yourself, then you did it for someone else.
Don't be silly with it, you know me better than that. There are only 3 people I look out for. Me, myself, and I. There, it's out in the open now. Archie, would you mind if I change my testimony a little? And by all means, please do.
I wouldn't be anyone's accomplice if there wasn't anything in it for me. Nothing in it for you?
Sorry, but the only person I care about is yours truly. That girl, Lana's little sister, was it? If you think I felt sorry for her, you better think again. I couldn't give a shit.
Kill that child!
I don't care. She deserves the death penalty now.
You're right. I don't feel sorry for anyone.
Be tough on crime and tough on people. That's how I was raised.
You seem to be laxing up on yourself, though.
Oh, that's a good one, Worthy.
Could there have been something in it for him? I have one thing that I know he'd benefit from for this. And that's that fucking Lana becomes the fucking chief prosecuting attorney, and then now they can just do whatever they want in the courtroom. In his selfishness, what do you help someone out? I think so. True, you might not help out anyone for their sake, but if it would benefit you, you might decide to assist someone.
Mr. Wright, it appears you're positively determined to portray the chief as a nice man who likes to lend people a hand.
Yeah, that's not what I mean, Your Honor, but sure.
Very well then, who is this person that may have helped Chief Gant? You believe Chief Gant may have helped forge evidence?
Lana.
Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye, the defendant?
I believe it's quite obvious in light of the circumstances. And Miss Skye fell victim to an unfortunate series of events. Who would want to help her more than her own sister, Lana? Also, I feel like it would benefit Gant that the body was moved over, because suddenly he wouldn't have to have any involvement, or nearly as much involvement in the case, because it wasn't, quote-unquote, in his office. As for Chief Gant, he would also have a reason to help Lana if she asked him to. That reason, of course, is self-profit.
Self-profit? What do you mean?
Well, after the SO9 incident was resolved, Lana Skye was appointed chief prosecutor at the prosecutor's office. The person who arranged this job change was you, Chief Grant. Chief Gant. I keep saying Chief Grant, which is not his name.
But how would he profit at all from this?
He'll be able to use the chief prosecutor as his puppet. Essentially, you would acquire unchecked authority over all investigations.
You mean to tell me, despite the chief's formidable appearance, he plays with puppets? Oh, wait. You must mean puppet as in someone forced to do his bidding. Never mind.
Thank you, Your Honor. Admit it, Chief. You assisted Lana Skye in forging evidence. Your motive, appoint her as chief prosecutor so you could control her.
Righto, my boy, you have quite an imagination. Let me ask you something.
What?
Do you have any proof of this? That I controlled Lana? For example, is Lana testifying that I've done such a thing?
I'll call Lana to the stand right now, dude. Lana. She's keeping quiet to protect Emma. There's no way she'd testify against Gant. She should. And literally, if she testified against Gant, none of this would be a problem.
I'm afraid without any proof, this all amounts to nothing more than mere conjecture.
I hate it here.
Yes, that is also what happened in this incident.
This incident? Which one would that be?
Of course, I'm talking about the murder of Detective Bruce Goodman. The chief prosecutor's been acting strange throughout this entire trial. Almost as if someone has been controlling her.
There's more than enough for a correlation.
Worthy, you better watch your tongue.
Your Honor, he's fucking literally incriminating himself right there. Your Honor, come on. You have to be seeing this, bro.
I wouldn't want you to get hurt.
Just what do you mean?
What he means, Your Honor, is that Chief Gant is involved in the murder of Detective Goodman. Not only that, but the Chief is now making Lana take the rap to cover up his involvement.
What?
Yes.
Order, order, order. I said order. Mr. Wright, you can't be serious.
Huh?
This is an affront to the highest ranking officer in our law enforcement agency. To choose the chief of police of blackmail and murder? That is impossible.
It's not that. It's pretty possible, actually, Your Honor. Your Honor, I was merely reiterating what Mr. Edgeworth said in an easier to understand language. Don't get mad at me, get mad at Edgeworth. It's his fault. Please?
It's too late, Mr. Wright.
Huh?
There's no turning back for us now.
Well, looks like he's the one who's decided to go through with this. Shit.
Can you prove this, Mr. Wright? The chief, a high-ranking officer of the law, is involved in this murder.
Good question.
Regardless of his rank or title, Chief Gant is just a man. The question is he a criminal? I believe evidence will tell.
I see. All right then. Let's see what Mr. Wright's got, and it better be good.
Give me a sec, Your Honor. It's just me, like, grabbing papers all over the place.
Shows us evidence that ties Chief Gant to the murder of Detective Goodman.
Your Honor, it couldn't be. Wait, because he got it, because Edgeworth got this and brought it back to the evidence room, he would have brought the... Chat, I have an idea. Please tell me this is right.
Well, Chief, so long as Righto here is tossing out things regardless of their relevance, mind if I toss something too edgy? This shoe should do nicely. I'll chuck it right at you. You always were quite the joker, weren't you?
Oops. Looks like I got it wrong. Damn it. That's bullshit. And that feels like it should be right. When the fuck is this fucking screwdriver gonna be useful? What would connect him to the murder? The ID card record, I guess?
This is the ID card list.
Yes, the one that shows who entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. There was one ID the list we couldn't determine the owner of yesterday. 777777777.
Sorry, but there's no way you could prove that's my card number.
It's your number.
What? How do you know that?
Oh, the safe in Chief Gant's office requires a code to open. A 7-digit code.
7 digits, you don't mean.
I'm afraid so, Your Honor. The code was 7777777. The same as the remaining ID card number on that list. Chief Gant, you entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. Fucking got your ass, motherfucker. I got your ass. You're cooked. You're cooked, I tell you.
Order! Chief Gant, what do you have to say?
We also need to request to look with Fight Club. Because I bet Chief Gant was on the island. Bro, Chief Gant was definitely on the island. What are you talking about, bro? He was on the island and then he wrote Lana's name on the flight log instead of his. It's still his ID number, though.
Nothing. The defense's search of my office was in violation of regulations. I will demand Mr. Wright to be punished to the maximum extent of the law. But right now, this court demands an explanation from you about the use of this ID card.
Yeah, we got your ass now, Gant. You looking like a Guilty Gear character now. He's got the anger, the Guilty Gear rage, bro.
Chief Gant, so you admit it? You entered the evidence room on the day of the crime? What about it? I'm the chief of police. Whether it's the evidence room or the bathroom, what's the difference? I can go anywhere I want. Tell me. When you entered the room, were you alone? I always go to the bathroom alone, as I do with the evidence room.
Detective Goodman wouldn't have happened to be with you on that day, would he?
Of course not. Oh, why would he be? I hadn't seen him in days.
Objection!
That's not true at all. You hadn't seen him in days? Chief Gant, I'm afraid you've just undone yourself. On that day, you would have had to have met with Detective Goodman.
What do you mean? This trial's purpose is to determine Lana Sky's guilt. No, it isn't, Your Honor. The trial purpose is to determine the truth. If Chief Gant met the victim on the day of the crime, then we need to determine one thing. What transpired during that meeting? In that case, Mr. Wright, I'm going to have to ask you for evidence. Show us proof. Oh, shit, I wasn't able to save it that time. Fuck. I hope I know what the evidence is.
So if that's his ID, 221 lost item report. I don't think he has to give that to him. Maybe this? Oh, I don't want to put it in because I feel like it's wrong. Solutions. Bam, 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 bam. I don't think it's this either. I'm gonna... I wish I could save right now. It's either the SL9 incident files, or it'll be the note. No, there's gotta be something more solid than this. On that day, Detective Goodman had to go see Chief Gant. Yep. Hold up. This might be too far back. The Chai's Chief Gant to the murder of Detective Goodman. Ah! Zeppeli! Welcome. Raiding with a party of 3. Hello, Raiders! How are you guys doing? We're currently, before I keep going, we are currently on case 5, the latter day of the crime. So, if you guys don't want spoilers for Ace Attorney, it might be best that you come by, say hi, and go ahead and head off. But if you don't care and are just here to enjoy some more Ace Attorney, come and check it out. Never played Deadlock? Oh no, what happened? I love Deadlock. But what happened with Deadlock, bro? Are you good? Did you get absolutely just destroyed or something? What happened? I suck at it. Don't worry, I'm also not great. Who do you play? Or who were you playing? Is this part? Oh. Me when I forget evidence. Rem and Celeste. Rem is hard to play as, I feel like. I forgot what evidence piece I used here. That defense. We already got through this part. Celeste I've never actually gotten the time to play. I'm better at Rem than Celeste. They're both new, so it's still learning. I'm a Doorman player. I play Doorman mainly. That's my go. I got a couple others on rotation. Pocket, Abrams. Abrams is a good simple character. Yep.
Objection! Objection!
I'm skipping through these lines. We need to determine one thing. What transpired during that meeting? Aha! I got you! Let's go. They need to add Gambit to the game and maybe it'll be good. That's so real. Put Gambit in. Come on. I need Gambit in the game. Please. I don't know, the Marvel Rivals fans say that Gambit's too busted. He's too good for Marvel Rivals. Which is I guess is kind of true, but also I don't care. He's very good right now. For those of you who play Marvel Rivals, he's fucking disgusting. So I tried he gets banned like every game. I'm Grandmaster. Damn. That's crazy. I don't play ranked because I'm bad. I played ranked before, but I'm just not. Ranked is not my style of game. It's not that good. Don't. Yeah. I'm not a very good ranked player at games, but a lot of my friends play ranked stuff. Like, they play Rainbow all the time. And I like playing Rainbow. I'm very bad at Rainbow. Way worse than I am at Marvel. Way worse at Rainbow than I am at Marvel Rivals. I'm not terrible. What proof would show that he met Chief Gant on the day of the crime? It's not that jar again, is it? Okay, it's not. This is actually a tough, like, thought. What would prove that he went to go see Chief Gant? Goodman's autopsy report has a death due to blood loss and a knife wound. Phone call talks about the muffler. Edward's car. The lost item. It's either this or maybe the rubber glove. I think it's this though. Yay, we got it! Detective Goodman lost his ID card on the day of the crime. Or to be more accurate, Jake Marshall stole it. So, Detective Goodman filled out a lost item report. He would have to give that report to the chief of police.
Yet you are in possession of the report, which means you can't be sure if he filed it.
He filed it. How do I know, you ask? Because he needed to enter the evidence room that day.
He needed to?
Yep, to transfer the evidence out.
Oh, okay.
Detective Goodman took the form to you, Chief Gant. Then, you accompany the detective to the evidence room.
I accompanied him?
Well, there's no other way the murderer and the Detective Goodman could have entered the room. I don't know why I called you the detective, or I called him the Detective Goodman, but sure.
Hold on, let me guess what you're going to say next. I, Chief of Police, murdered poor Goodman?
Yeah, pretty much. Exactly.
But wait! The chief didn't necessarily need to accompany him to the evidence room. He could have just lent him his ID card. Yes. Now that you mention it, I believe I might have done something of the sort.
Objection!
That's not how that works.
Sorry, but that's not possible. According to the record, your card was only used once. Yet you showed us your ID card earlier. If you had really lent it to Detective Goodman, it would have been found on his body.
Oh, that's true. Good eye, Edgeworth. Oh my god, what the fuck? What the hell was that? Did somebody fucking run an electrical surge through his body? What the fuck? Did he just get, like, tased? Why did he react like that? What? Okay.
Chief Gant, you didn't.
The murderer was most likely a spur-of-the-moment crime, for no one in their right mind would choose the police department as a place to commit murder. After the murder, you contacted Lana at the prosecutor's office. Why? To dispose of Detective Goodman's body, of course.
You're forgetting, Mr. Wright. The victim's body was discovered inside the prosecutor's office parking lot. In my fucking car. How did he manage to move it there?
I was at the police department the entire day, you know.
Everyone's aware that Lana stayed at the prosecutor's office after the ceremony.
Well, everyone except me, it seems. Still, you're the chief of police. You have an entire police force at your disposal.
Oh, so you think I just ordered a...
Oh, so you think I just ordered an officer to do it? Hey, you, take this here dead body over to the prosecutor's office. I don't think so.
Chief Gant, you left all the evidence we need to prove how you moved the body to the prosecutor's office. He did? Right? Are you sure? And all this time I thought it was a useless clue just taking up space. Oh! Is it? Okay. We finally got to it, chat.
How could the chief have moved the body? Mr. Wright, show us this evidence.
To move the victim's body, Chief Gant used this. The fucking screwdriver that I've had since the beginning of this goddamn fucking stupid ass goddamn motherfucking case. This is how he moved Detective Goodman's body.
What's that? A screwdriver? But what does that have to do with this case?
Mr. Edgeworth, think back to the day of the crime. What is this screwdriver doing here?
It's here because...
Ah!
I was asked to go by Chief Gant, no less. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here.
It's been submitted into evidence also. So, fuck you, Chief Gant. Fuck you and your stupid evidence law.
After the ceremony ended that day, I didn't plan to return to the prosecutor's office.
But you did. Because Chief Gant asked you to.
You mean
Well, the body was found in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. I think it's obvious what happens. The body was moved by that car!
Detective Goodman's body was carried in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car?
I mean, yeah, of course, unless you have another explanation, Chief. Why else would you have asked Mr. Edgeworth to transport evidence from a closed case? There's only one plausible explanation: to transport the body of your accomplice, Miss Lana Skye.
Order, order, order! What's going on here? There's no room for rebuttals to the defense's outrageous accusations?
Think back to the photograph Miss Starr took at the prosecutor's office. It was not a photo of the body being stuffed in the trunk to be taken away. It was exactly the opposite.
It is a photo of a body being taken from the trunk.
Chief Gant, please say something. I believe your time is up. My time's up? Sorry, Righto, but I'm having lunch with the District Attorney General after this. We have to get going in order to make it... if we're to make it in time for the early bird specials.
But the cross-examination isn't finished yet.
Remember what I told you earlier? A police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal.
Weapons?
Like the right to refuse to testify. I'm invoking that now.
That's bullshit! Your Honor, that's bullshit. What do you mean?
As the chief of police, I can actually say no to the law. What? That is not a right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered. So you're going to just run away after all this? Run away? Don't make me laugh, Worthy. I stabbed old Goodman. That's what you're saying, right?
Yes. Yeah.
But if you had any conclusive evidence, you would have presented it by now.
I'm gonna save the game because you're fucking being that guy.
Well, You think I had Lana dispose of the body? If so, then show your proof and get it over with. I'll say it again. Mr. Wright, Damon Gant is the current chief of police. This court will not tolerate any exact accusations against him without concrete proof. Now, Mr. Wright?
Your Honor.
Do you have any concrete proof? Proof that Chief Gant murdered Detective Goodman and made Miss Sky dispose of his body?
Do you have any concrete proof? That's a great question, Your Honor. Concrete proof. You know, I don't think I do, but I'm gonna say I do anyways. Can't let him squirm his way out of this. I gotta keep the pressure on. Yes, Your Honor. I do have such evidence.
Then please hurry up and present it, but just remember, it better prove Chief Gant murdered Detective Goodman beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Hey, chat, this is a great thought. What the fuck are we gonna do? Did we ever get this fingerprint checked? I almost wonder if he used this knife to kill. Might as well throw this one out there.
So, what exactly is this evidence?
It's proof. As to whether or not it's enough to demonstrate the chief's guilt, I'll let you be the judge.
But I am the judge.
Oh, right. Well, then what do you think, Your Honor? Okay. Fair enough, Your Honor. Uh-huh. I know, I'm trying, Your Honor. Interesting that only the back half of this is important now. That's the Meekin's attack. Right? I'm just looking at this again, because this might actually have something. Come on, there's good men. Air quotes, good men. Yep. That's Marshall disguised as Goodman. Actually, wait, this doesn't matter at all. I'm lying. Marshall's... The print has been wiped. Evidence for something but what? Bears Emma's disguised prints. I mean, that doesn't prove anything about him murdering. God, this sucks. How about this rubber glove? Fair enough. I thought I could. I was hoping maybe you'd be nice to me and I'd let that happen. Had something to do with its murder. What? God, this is tough. I really don't know. This one feels like they just kind of put you on an island and are like, have fun. Fair enough. Alright, I'm gonna try and look into it because this seems like it's really deep. And I feel bad for giving up this. Actually, you know what? I'll give it one more try. I'm gonna try I have no proof yet and just see what happens. It's no use showing evidence if I'm not even sure of myself. No, Your Honor. At present, I have no conclusive evidence. I just want to see what this is.
CRG. CRG. In that case, this court is forced to penalize you for your actions against the chief.
What?
Is a tip, never gamble what you can't afford to lose, righto? It seems that Lady Luck was on my side again today. Okay, RG, I'll leave the rest to you. I warned you earlier, Mr. Wright, this is an affront to the senior officer of our nation in our nation's law enforcement agency.
Ah!
Objection!
Lady Luck, Maybe we should have a word with her.
Oh, so you were supposed to say you don't have evidence. Interesting.
Mr. Edgeworth. What do you mean?
There's one lady who knows the real truth behind this trial.
Oh, Lana, that's right.
We haven't yet had the honor of hearing her testimony.
The lady who knows the truth. Another witness.
In the absence of conclusive evidence, the only other method of proof is another testimony.
But Chief Gant has invoked his right to refuse to testify.
Still someone else. One witness who can answer all the questions raised in this trial. Someone right in this very room.
Mr. Edgeworth, just who is this person?
Why are you asking me, Your Honor? Have you forgotten? The defense is the one calling witnesses today.
Mr. Wright, does such a witness exist?
Yeah, it's Lana. It's like the only other person who's been relevant recently. She may not be willing to tell the truth, but we can't just stop now. Yes, Your Honor. The defense calls forth Angel Star. No.
The defendant, Miss Lana Sky?
Well, she was in the underground parking lot at 5:15 p.m. on February 21st. Her task to dispose of the victim's body. In accordance with someone's orders.
Mr. Edgeworth?
The prosecution has no objections, Your Honor.
Very well, the court will take its final recess for the day. In 15 minutes, we will reconvene to hear the defendant's testimony. The court is now in Hold on!
Huh? Gant? What the fuck are you doing? Go to lunch! Go to lunch, asshole! Go to lunch!
Chief Gant, I thought you were going to eat. Listen good, Lana.
He's talking to Lana.
I don't think you need me to tell you, but if you accept Mr. Wright's claims, there will be terrible consequences.
That has to be more than enough to prove that he's fucking involved somehow. Are you kidding me? He literally just threatened my defendant, bro. What do you mean he's not involved in this case? He literally just threatened my defendant.
That's right. Your sister will be found guilty for Neil Marshall's murder.
Ah, this isn't good.
Of course, you never support such outrageous claims anyways. Right. Just something to think about. Alright then, I've got a lunch date to meet.
Fuck you, Chief Gant. Fucking hate that asshole.
Okay, if there aren't any further objections, this court is now in recess. I'm going on the slide today. Whee!
Looks like we managed to stay in the game.
Yeah, thanks to your help, Edgeworth.
That chief, he's something else, eh, Browse?
Detective Gumshoe. I'm not a detective anymore. Oh, yeah, sorry about that.
Hey, don't worry. I already say where to work now. At your office.
My office? What?
Sure. I'll take your place at that top night girl you used to work with.
You mean Maya?
Still, looks like we're all out of moves now. Chief Gant's done again. How is it he always gets the upper hand? It's not fair.
It's not fair that he has the right to review to testify. That's bullshit.
Settle down, Wright. No matter what that judge said.
But Chief, that is not a right to be casually invoked. There's some risk to be considered.
What are the risks, though? What do you mean by that?
It's simple. If the chief refuses to testify, the opposite also holds true.
You mean he forfeits his right to say anything, too? Or you mean he forfeits his right to say anything, too? Emma, are you okay? Oh, yeah. God, Emma's theme is just as much of a banger as Maya's.
Yeah. When I came to, I was in the medical office. I've been listening to the trial from the gallery.
Oh, so she heard everything that's been going on. Sorry for what I said before.
Oh, don't be. It was the truth. You know, it's funny. I almost feel somehow relieved.
Well, that's good.
Relieved? Yeah. Now I finally know what really happened. To think about all this time, my sister was being blackmailed by that terrible man. And she did it all just to protect me.
Ever since her appointment as chief prosecutor, everyone who knew her said she changed. Perhaps it was easier that way for her.
What do you mean?
What do you think I mean? To follow Chief Gant's orders, she must have shut herself up deep inside. To force herself to do anything and everything the Chief told her to do.
So that must be why she became so cold.
It was all my fault. It's all because I murdered Mr. Marshall.
Hey, don't go blaming yourself now, pal. You won't blame anyone, blame society, pal. Well, you live in one.
Chief Gant may be able to fool everyone else with this forgery, but he can't fool my memory. I remember now that I knocked Mr. Marshall into that armor.
I see.
Well, we better get back. It's time for the final act.
Emma, why don't you wait here?
No, I'm going with you. I want to be there when Lana tells the truth.
Let's go, Wright. It's time to end this.
It is. To be continued. Fucking come on, man. There's another part? Why didn't you just put it all in one big part? Fuck, wait, I wanted to save my progress. Well, poop. That's okay, I can just save right here. Now then. What is it, trial final? Trial letter 2? What do you mean trial letter 2? Is there gonna be a trial letter? If there's a trial letter 3, I'm gonna scream.
Now then, will the defendant, Miss Lana Sky, please take the stand?
Hi, Lana. Hi, Lana. Hi, Lana.
Miss Lana Sky, you are the chief prosecutor. I'm sure you're aware of what is required of you.
But, Mr. Edgeworth, you already know everything. You know all I've done these past 2 years?
Please provide the court with your testimony, Miss Sky. And remember, you are under oath. We want to hear the truth.
Of course. The truth. Lana, no matter what happens, I'll always be your sister.
Now then, your testimony, if you will. First, tell us about your relationship with Chief Gant.
Everything hinges on your testimony. You're the only chance we have to get Gant. Don't fuck it up, Lana. Please.
I worked alongside Gant for years. There's no truth to this blackmail theory. I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself. When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. My only motivation was to get Dark convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma.
That last part seems really untrue.
Are you sure about this testimony?
Your Honor, I'm confessing to a capital offense. Of course I'm sure. But Lana!
If this is true, that means Chief Gant has nothing to do with this.
That's what I've been telling you from the beginning. Please, Mr. Wright, you've got to help her. She's sacrificing herself because of me.
Okay, but what if she's telling the truth?
She's not. I know my own sister. Whenever she speaks stiffly like that, she's hiding something inside. Deep down, she's really screaming in agony.
Yeah, there's no time to start second-guessing myself.
The defense may now begin its cross-examination.
Okay, I'll try.
I worked alongside Gant for years.
What do you mean you worked alongside Gant? How many years exactly?
Ever since I made senior detective. Let's see, I was 24 then, so it would be about 5 years.
Chief Gant and Detective Sky were legendary partners. I personally saw them testify in numerous cases.
Well, she must have been good coming from the same school as Mia.
Damon Gant was a respectable detective, that's why. There's no truth to this blackmail.
But think about it, Sky, you didn't murder Detective Goodman. You told me it as much yesterday in jail.
You still don't get it, do you, Mr. Wright? Any testimony you cannot present in court is as useless as idle gossip. I stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife. And
You fabricated all the evidence, huh? Did you do it to help your sis? Joe Dark was a serial killer. My sister almost became his last victim that day. I didn't want that incident to ruin her life. All she did was justifiable self-defense. She wouldn't have been charged with anything. That's not the point. She was traumatized that day, all because of that creep. That's why I couldn't forgive him. Come on,
So that's why you fabricated the evidence 2 years ago?
When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. You say you did this all by yourself? Yes. Would you mind telling us what you found when you arrived at the crime scene? It seems I was the first person to discover the scene. The broken Prosecutor Award's knife was stuck in the victim's body. That's wrong. What? But Prosecutor Marshall died from an unfortunate accident. That's only a situation you dreamed was possible. The reality is, it wasn't my sister who took the prosecutor's life. Fantasize all you want, Mr. Wright, but I'll never change this statement.
You mean Prosecutor Marshall wound up being killed by Dark?
Something like that.
If that's so, what happened to the other murder weapon? Dark was carrying a switchblade knife.
Oh, that was lying on the floor a little distance away. It was probably knocked away in the struggle. That's not how it went down. She's trying to cover up her lies with more lies. Well, just to protect me.
So when you found the scene like this, what did you do? After all, this is what everything boils down to.
Yes. You planted the tip of the knife in the Dark's body?
And then moved the body? But why? Why would you do that?
You of all people should know, Edgeworth. You always had such a good head on your shoulders. My head isn't that bad, but maybe I ought to ask this for the sake of others. Why did you plant the knife? Well, why did you do that? Come now, Mr. Wright, even you should be able to figure it out.
Very well, let's add this to the witness's testimony. The reason Miss Sky fabricated the knife.
I knew the tip of the weapon was found buried in his body would be all the proof we needed. According to your testimony, Prosecutor Marshall's broken knife was the murder weapon, right? Yes, and leaving it at that point might point the blame away from Dark. I felt it was the most effective way to get him convicted, by having the tip of his knife found inside the victim's body.
So you buried it inside the victim's stab wound?
Yes. Because I hated Dark for what he did. So you rearranged the crime scene. Are you sure you didn't do this to keep Emma from looking like the murderer? How many times do I have to tell you, Mr. Wright? I want to do it, period. Why are you desperate to hide that fact? You're willing to risk the death sentence? She's lying. She did it so I wouldn't be blamed for what happened. In any case, as a prosecutor, what I've done is unpardonable. There's nothing I can do to make up for my actions. Mr. Wright, my sister's lying. It looks like she's determined to protect you to the end. It's just that she fabricated the evidence all by herself. There's no way she could have done it alone. Yeah, I've got to try and get Lana to talk more. If she's lying, then she's bound to slip up and make a contradiction. It's fucking ridiculous. Why would you know that?
Objection!
How about this? Okay, I guess not. What would be the deciding evidence here? Hey, why did you... Does this actually change stuff? For example, it was the victim's body. Chief Gant's death.
The body was found by your desk. Why did you move it there?
And for that is simple.
Let's have the witness explain in more detail. The reason Miss Sky moved the body.
Oh, so there's different options. The pieces of the jar that showed during the event threatened my flame. Pieces of the jar? You mean... Yes, that wretched jar you showed us earlier. In order to show that Dark committed the crime, I felt it would be more expedient to move the body.
So when you first found the body, the jar was already...
Of course, it'd been shattered to pieces. If you look at the crime scene, it would be clear right away what happened. Neil Marshall was dead, and Dark was lying unconscious. In other words, the jar must have been broken during their struggle.
I see.
That doesn't work, actually. What's the matter, Emma? Apparently the jar was shattered at the time the crime was committed. I have a feeling there's more to it than that. Yeah, there's a contradiction there. Hey, Lana, I got your ass with this.
Objection!
Fuck you, Lana. Got you. Sorry, Lana. Why did I go through, like, 3 different emotions in that 5-second period? Miss Sky, I understand how you feel. You committed that crime 2 years ago to protect your sister.
You mean the forgery at the scene when Neil Marshall was murdered?
Well, if that truth were to be exposed now, the past 2 years of your life will have been in vain. Even so, I'm compelled to bring to everyone's attention a significant contradiction within your testimony. A contradiction in my testimony? You testified, and I quote, the pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan. That's right.
Do you have a problem with that?
Well, it's a simple oversight, really. You see, a message was written on this jar in the victim's blood. Yes, the prosecutor must have written it in his final moments. Exactly so. This is where the contradiction lies. In order for the victim to be able to write his message on the jar, it must not have yet been broken before he died. He couldn't have written Emma's name on the shattered jar! Got your ass, Lana.
Order, order. Your Honor, it would appear more information is needed in regard to this jar and its bloody message. We may be missing something critical here.
Something critical?
Chief Prosecutor, it seems you're in as the dark as we are. The truth about the truth towards which we're headed.
Guys, it's late. I don't know. It's not that late, but I don't know why. I'm like, oh, I can't see the words. What?
Just tell us exactly what you saw. We'll piece together the information to arrive at the truth.
Very well, the witness may now continue her testimony.
The jar and the message in blood. I immediately noticed the blood traces on the jar, but it was dark in the room and I didn't have time to check it out. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. The fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all. All I can think about was wiping them cleanly before they were discovered. Well, you didn't wipe them all cleanly. That's one thing.
You mean you were the one who wiped away the message in blood?
I wasn't chief prosecutor at the time. She didn't think Dark was the real murderer. That's why she tried to erase the real evidence.
Very well, the defense may now begin its cross-examination.
The jar and the message in blood.
Lana, I don't know what you're cooking, girl. But you're saying wrong shit.
So the jar was already broken. It's a miracle that thing hadn't broken earlier.
It certainly looks as feeble as the defense's case.
What the fuck? Not as feeble as the judge's judgment.
You're an ace detective who never missed a detail. Do you really expect us to believe you didn't investigate what was written on the jar pieces?
Normally I would have. But it was dark in the room and I didn't have time to check it out. So you didn't know your sister's name was written on the jar? No. If I had known, I would have gathered all the pieces and ground them to dust. Well, that helps my case. Lana, you do that for me. Emma, it's not that helpful. Seems you two might make up yet. Anyway, I barely had enough time to move the body as it was.
If someone happened upon the scene, you lose your chance to erase evidence. You must have been in a hurry.
I was. I knew I had to destroy the evidence before anyone came.
This is rather shocking.
I'm afraid this action of yours reveals what really happened.
What do you mean?
If you really thought Dark killed Prosecutor Marshall, you wouldn't have wiped away the blood. What else could I have done in that situation? Lana, I only had a few moments. There wasn't enough time for me to do anything else but gather up the pieces.
Hold it!
But how could you see with the power out? It should have been pitch black in that office. The detective is always prepared, Mr. Wright. Even now, I carry a pocket light and camera with me. Even I carry a bottle of emergency luminol wherever I go. I never miss anything. I got every last piece. All I can think about was wiping them cleanly before they were discovered. So you illegally rearranged the crime scene. Yes, I don't have any excuse for my actions. I'm so sorry, Lana. I didn't know. I treated you so badly all this time. Well, it's not too late. There's still plenty of time to make up. After we've gotten to the bottom of this incident.
No doubt this day will leave a permanent stain on the history of the prosecutor's office.
What contradiction of surface in her testimony. Yeah, your sister's really putting up a fight. She must really care about you. Still, she's not doing this the right way. I think I finally figured out the contradictions in her testimony. There's one final possibility that might turn everything around. I feel like I present the jar again.
Objection!
You didn't wipe all the blood off. Miss Sky, I believe this jar conceals a truth even you were unaware of. What? Well, we found the final piece of this jar in Chief Gant's safe. In the chief's safe? But how? I knew it. She really didn't know. There's something even more disturbing about that final piece. There was still blood on it.
But the witness just testified that she gathered every last piece and wiped the blood off them.
Unless she missed one. Yeah, which leaves us with only one explanation. On the night Prosecutor Marshall was murdered, you were not the first one to show up on the scene. Chief Gant got there before you. Oh! We got your ass now, Gant.
But couldn't the defendant simply have missed a piece?
I'm afraid that's unlikely. The pieces are too big for anyone to miss, let alone an ace detective.
Well, that may well be, but everyone makes mistakes. I once wasted an entire day looking for my dentures. They were in my mouth all along. Huh, can you believe that?
Objection!
Yeah, I can believe that.
You've forgotten, Your Honor. When this witness arrived on the scene, the jar was already broken. Oh, that. There's no way a name could have been written on a shattered jar. Another person discovered the scene prior to the witness. I hope you're not implying this person was Chief Gant. At the time, he was looking for Dark downstairs. Besides,
The question is, if he did arrive there first, why did he hide the fact for 2 years? Well, Your Honor, can you answer us that?
No. No.
And Chief Gant refused his right to testify, so... Bitch.
Wait, I'm not the one on trial here.
Damon Grant arrived at the crime scene prior to the witness. He proceeded to break the jar and purposefully hid one of the broken pieces. Question, what is this action called?
Fabrication of evidence.
But why would Chief Gant do that?
In light of what happened afterwards, it isn't clear.
What happened afterwards?
Discovering the scene, Lana Sky believes her sister Emma killed the victim. Determined to help her sister, she sought Gant's aid. Lending her his aid, Gant helped create evidence that incriminated Dark, sparing Emma, and therein lies the reason. The reason why Miss Sky became the chief's puppet.
Oh my god, girl! Why'd you bite your thumb like that? No, I did it on my own. Please, sis, stop trying to protect the chief. I can't watch you suffer any more for my sake. No, you didn't. It wasn't you, Emma. You didn't kill anyone. Don't believe anything Mr. Wright says. Defense attorneys make up the most foul lies to defend their clients. Foul lies? Imagine that coming from my own client.
I guess you do seem like the type who likes to twist the truth.
Hey! Wait a minute. What if We're still smack dab in the middle of Gant's trap.
Is something wrong, Mr. Wright?
Lana, maybe right after all.
What do you mean, Wright?
So you do tell foul lies then, Mr. Wright? Miss Sky, please testify once more. But if evidence was fabricated behind your back, then Emma's accidental killing of Prosecutor Marshall might also be a lie. But I do remember knocking over Mr. Marshall. Miss Sky, if you will. I can't.
There's nothing to be afraid of anymore. This cross-examination may not change a thing. However, there's a possibility that it will, if you tell the truth.
Very well. I'll testify about what I really saw.
All right, the witness may testify once more for the final time.
Actual crime scene.
When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body impaled on that suit of armor sword. Emma and Dark were lying unconscious on the floor nearby. When I saw what happened, I thought she did it. That's why I erased all the evidence that linked her to the murder. I had Chief Gant help me remove the body from the sword and carry it. But if it really was fabrication, Emma might be innocent.
Unbelievable. The body was impaled on the armor sword.
You're the only one who saw that. If only you had proof.
Actually, I do have proof. I gave it to Mr. Wright just this morning. What? To me? It's a picture I took of the crime scene after I encountered it. As I encountered it. I thought it might be needed. I don't remember receiving a picture like that. Well, I must have known. See, Mr. Wright, she really does have faith in you.
Very well, Mr. Wright, please present this picture.
A picture? Lana, what picture are you talking about, homegirl? I don't remember receiving a picture from Lana. She gave it to me this morning. So you remember getting something from her then. Was it the SL9 file? I can't remember which one it was. Maybe Neil's autopsy report? Nope, it's not on Neil's autopsy report. Is it evidence law? Oh my god, she hid a photo in the evidence law? Ah! Hey, there's a picture here. That's why evidence law is important? I thought we were gonna have to bring it up in a court case. Oh my. This is the actual crime scene. No other detective saw the crime scene like this. Because I contacted Criminal Affairs only after I had rearranged everything. Crime scene photo from the case 2 years ago. Mr. Wright! That piece cut out from his vest, could that be? The cloth we found inside Chief Gant's safe. There we go. This is a handprint, isn't it? That cloth, it had fingerprints on it. Whoever fingerprints those are must be the real murderer. What? But those fingerprints, they're yours, Emma. Why are her lips turning all purple, Mr. Wright?
Anyway, let's get on with the cross-examination. As long as you tell the truth, we should be able to flush out the real murderer.
Very well, the defense may now begin its cross-examination.
If I bring out that evidence, Emma's the murderer. All that. Oh. What are you doing here?
Come now, Archie. This is the poorest excuse for a trial I've seen. Chief Gant?
What, now you want to make me out as the bad guy too?
If so, I'd like to put a word or two in my defense.
I'm afraid it's too late for that.
What?
You already declined to testify. That means you forfeited your right to make statements of any sort.
Yeah. This must be that risk we were talking about earlier.
Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the sound of the noose tightening around your own neck.
That line is hard, Edgeworth! That shit goes hard! Damn!
Ah, so what? You think I'm worried? Sorry to disappoint you, but I don't need to make any statements.
What do you mean?
The evidence will do all the talking for me. Even if I can't testify, I can still present evidence. Yes, that's true. Wait, you mean?
Actually, you can't do that.
You still have some conclusive evidence? No, I don't, but someone does. Someone? So what's your excuse, Righto? Why have you been keeping quiet about it?
Oh. Actually, wait! We have the counter. We have the counter because we could... I think if the game is doing what I think it wants me to do, we're going to bring up evidence law and be like, hey, we actually never got approval of the police department to use that as evidence. So it's actually a legal evidence now and is invalid.
Why have you been keeping quiet about it? Do you have something to show us, right? Something that proves who knocked over Neil Marshall, causing his death? Conclusive evidence that leaves no room for doubt? Is this true, Mr. Wright?
If I show that piece of evidence now, I'm assured we made out as the murderer.
Mr. Wright, if you have any more evidence, present it now, and if you try and conceal anything, you will be the one appearing before the Board of Inquiries.
What do I do now? Better think through this carefully. I can't afford to make the wrong decision. Should I present that piece of evidence? The one that shows who really killed Prosecutor Marshall? I can't show that evidence, actually. Your Honor, I don't have evidence I can present at this point in time.
What? You lie. You opened my safe. I know you took what was inside. The conclusive evidence.
Nuh-uh. I don't know what you're talking about. Mr. Wright, why don't you show them? We found it together.
Oh, I see. It's because you know the truth, don't you? You know whose fingerprints are on it. That's why you won't present it.
Nuh-uh.
What are you talking about, Chief Gant?
Can't you figure it out?
Take a good look at this picture.
See the victim's chest? Notice anything odd about that chest area? It looks like a part of it's been cut out for some reason.
You mean you had this in your safe?
What? That means you, the chief of police, have been concealing evidence. This is going to be the biggest scandal in the history of the police department. Impressive. To be honest, I didn't think you had the gall, Righto. Well, I can't let you pin me up as the murderer. I'll tell you what really happened. What? You mean you admit to it? What? You mean you admit to it? I was the first person to arrive at the crime scene that day. It then occurred to me I could use the situation to control Lana.
So you really were manipulating her.
I knew Lana. If I made it look like the blame lay with her sister, that when she saw the scene, she would ask me for my aid.
So you assisted Miss Sky?
I told her to arrange all the evidence. I had her plant the knife tip in the victim's body and move the body across the room.
And I ended up using that evidence to get Joe Doc convicted.
When I tampered with the crime scene, I hid 2 pieces of evidence. This was before Lana arrived at the scene, mind you.
2 pieces of evidence? You mean those items in your safe?
But why? For insurance, of course.
Insurance?
I was sure my plan would work, but it's always best to be prepared for the worst. I wasn't about to let anyone blame me for a murder that girl committed. You mean you were that far ahead while forging the evidence?
What do you take me for, fool? I didn't wake the police chief by dumb luck.
See this jaw fragment?
I hid the most legible part of Evan's name. I didn't expect Lana.
to go and wipe the blood off those pieces. But have you fabricated all that evidence? What's to say you didn't fabricate the message on this jar, too? Oh. Some people just don't know when to quit, do they? That's why I kept one more item for insurance. You mean that piece of cloth? Come on, Righto, cough it up already. I know you have it.
The joke's on you, Gant. What are you waiting for, Mr. Wright? So you admit to it then, Chief Gant? That you were hiding the cloth you cut off the victim's vest in your safe?
Yes, I admit it. I didn't want to have to do that being chief and all. But it's a lot better than being portrayed as the murderer. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say for yourself? Just a moment, you said you didn't have any evidence you could present. Foolish move, Righto. You should have shown it then before it was too late.
It's been a long battle. But the moment of truth has finally arrived. As long as I don't mess up here, victory is mine. Actually, Your Honor, I can't show that evidence. No, it's too late to show that evidence now. Besides, even if I did, it just expose that poor girl's fingerprints.
I'd think hard over the circumstances.
The circumstances?
I'm talking about then and now. There's one major difference between the two. Aren't you waiting for that difference?
Oh, okay. They want me to actually present something. Your Honor, I do have evidence to present now. What if I present the evidence law? Is that it?
Mr. Edgeworth, your opinion, please.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Man, are we not actually going to use evidence law for anything? What changed? I mean, I have to show evidence here, it seems like. I'm gonna guess it's... Fair enough. Do I actually show the cloth then? Oh, well, actually, okay, I understand. I understand why showing the cloth is important now. It's important to show the cloth now than it is to show it before. Never mind. Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest?
Oh, yes, at last you finally brought it out of the open. There's a handprint on this cloth. Your Honor, the prosecution requests that it be immediately sent into the lab for analysis. This handprint on the leather, there must have been a strong impact for it to be left so clearly. You mean... It could not have been forged. It must be authentic, conclusive evidence.
Oh, ho, ho. You're slow on the uptake as ever, Worthy.
What?
Think about it. Wright had all this time to present this evidence. Yet he was reluctant to do so. Why would that be?
I mean, you already know. You know whose fingerprints are on that.
Mr. Wright, do you really know?
Whoever the fingerprints belong to must be the real murderer. Whose fingerprints are they?
Are you gonna make me say? Are you gonna make me say they're Emma's? Uh-huh. Very well, I'll tell you. Should be okay now. Everything's proceeding as predicted. The person whose fingerprints these belong to is Emma.
Emma? Emma Sky?
What? They're mine? Sorry, Emma. But why? Why didn't you tell me?
Oh. You're really something, Righto.
You knew this girl did it all along. And you still tried to pin the murder on me. So it's true. Tragic but true. This girl really did shove Prosecutor Marshall to his death.
How could you? You monster!
Miss Sky?
You knew whose fingerprints those were all along, yet you acted like she really didn't. Nah, I'm not done yet. Miss Sky, it's not over yet. Hold on. Let me get my word in, gang. Hold on. What? I said this trial isn't over yet.
Ah, but I'm afraid it's over, boy. Not only this trial, but your career too. You purposely concealed this conclusive evidence. That, my friend, is a serious offense. I'm looking forward to pressing charges after the defendant is convicted. I'll have your badge, boy.
You can't have this. This is my badge. You're about to get cooked by this badge, by the way.
What's the matter? Got your tongue? Aren't you going to tell us how it feels? How it feels to be the one who single-handedly turned a poor little girl into a murderer?
Before I do that, there's just one little thing I have to clear up.
Oh, and what's that?
Who really killed Prosecutor Neil Marshall?
What?
Chief Gant, you are absolutely right. This piece of cloth proves who's the real murderer. Who killed Chief Neil Marshall, you ask?
It was Emma Skye, wasn't it?
Nuh-uh. Your Honor, nuh-uh. I'm afraid that's not possible. You see, this piece of cloth contains a critical contradiction.
What? A contradiction? What is this fool babbling about?
Oh, I'm talking about a contradiction. One that proves who the real killer is.
But Mr. Wright, this piece of cloth, what could it possibly contradict?
Chief Gant, your tyrannical reign ends here. I'm about to get your ass right now. Behold, the piece of evidence that contradicts the cloth.
Yes.
The piece of evidence that contradicts the cloth is... It's either the photo or evidence log.
Oh, it's fun watching you squirm, righto. This piece of evidence does indeed seem to contradict something. Your outward appearance of mental sanity.
Damn. Don't you roast me like that, Your Honor. I really just want evidence. I want evidence a lot of work here. Is it in the photo?
And what exactly is this supposed to be?
Listen, I had to try evidence law. For the funsies. This is the picture Miss Skye took. Take a good look at it. See where the piece of his vest was cut out?
Yes, his shirt is showing underneath. It's hard to make out with all that blood on his vest, though.
That's upside down. I think the cut is upside down. Or it's inside. It's wrong. Exactly my point. His chest is soaked with blood. That's only natural. His lungs were no doubt punctured. Blood poured out of his mouth.
Oh, but that piece of cloth
Doesn't have any blood on it, too.
Wait, there's no blood on it. Ah!
Since Emma Skye's fingerprints are on this cloth, there's no doubt that she shoved the prosecutor aside. However, Mr. Marshall was not impaled on the sword at that time.
No, this is nonsense.
Now then, Chief Gant, let me ask you something. Prosecutor Marshall was not impaled when he was shoved aside.
Most likely hit his head on the ground and was knocked out.
If so, then tell me, who could it have been? Who could have arrived at the scene before Miss Lana Skye and picked up the unconscious prosecutor and impaled him on the armor's sword?
Then to make it look like Emma was responsible for the prosecutor's death, said person proceeded to write her name on the jar with the victim's blood. A jar that they then broke on purpose to leave behind a clue and make Lana believe her sister did it.
Remember what you admitted only moments ago? You said this shit in court, for real, that you personally cut out this bloodless piece of the victim's vest. Ironic, isn't it? Through every aspect of creating insurance, you proved that you were the actual murderer.
No!
It's finally all over. Objection! What do you mean objection? Oh, now you're a sad little man.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. That was close, Righto. Almost had me. Sorry, but you'll have to do better than that. I refute your allegations. What do you mean you refute his allegations? You see, that piece of cloth is illegal evidence.
Oh, it's gonna be used against me now.
Order, order. What nonsense is this? Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a suspect. Remember, Archie? Earlier, all Righto here considered that piece of cloth. So then, what's your excuse, Righto? You do have some conclusive evidence, do you?
Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time.
Well, that's true. The defense did refuse to present evidence. At that moment, the piece of cloth ceased to be legal evidence.
That's not fair.
Ooh, ho, ho, ho. Did you actually think you could best me in court? It looks like the last laugh's on you, son.
Your Honor, I'd like there to be an addendum to evidence law.
I'm afraid Mr. Gant's claim is legally correct. Well, Mr. Edgeworth?
True, legal evidence cannot be used to convict a person. Assuming, of course, that evidence is indeed illegal.
Well, Mr. Wright?
Seems at last I'm saving the game again. The time for me to reveal my plan has finally arrived.
Mr. Wright, do you admit to it? That you purposefully and legally concealed this piece of cloth?
Your Honor, nuh-uh. I admit I refused to present it at one point.
Aha! So the evidence is illegal.
Objection!
Nuh-uh. No, it isn't, Mr. Gant.
Oh?
It's not that I didn't present the evidence then. It's that I couldn't.
What do you mean you couldn't?
There are certain procedures involved when presenting evidence.
No, Archie, don't listen to his lies. He's nothing but a coward. You can't really believe.
There is only one issue left to be resolved in this trial. Is this evidence legal or not?
Very well, let us settle this once and for all. Earlier, you refused to present evidence. If you can prove your conduct was not in violation with the law, then do so now.
Your Honor, please be evidence law. Here's the book on evidence law. This is my proof, Your Honor. Evidence law. Yeah, that's right, Gant. I fucking learned how to read, and I read this evidence law back to front. It was 2 pages long, so it wasn't that hard of a read. You're cooked because what I did wasn't illegal, which means you're the murderer. Fuck you, dumbass. Ah.
What's this?
I've done my homework too, Chief. Indeed, Emma Sky's fingerprints were on this piece of cloth. However, at that point in time, this was merely a piece of cloth, nothing more.
What?
You see, it's written right here in this book. The second rule of evidence law.
Rule number 1. No evidence shall be shown without approval of the police department.
I found this piece of evidence myself inside your safe. It goes without saying I did not have approval from the police department.
Rule number 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial.
And here's the crux of the matter. You see, at the time, it was impossible for me to prove the relevance. Whoa, between the SL... What the hell is happening with the sound? I'm checking, is that on? Oh. Interesting. Chat, the audio died. Hold up. Quick pause. Quick pause. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Quick pause, chat. We gotta reset. Hold up. Oh, that is not... Give me 1 sec, chat. I'm gonna cut audio and it's going to be probably loud. Actually, I'm gonna turn off my mic for a second. Okay, I think I fixed the issue. I don't know what happened, but it was very weird. Let's turn this back on, shall we? That was fucking weird. Why did it just kill? Like, my audio went crazy all of a sudden. I don't know if you guys were able to hear it, but on my end, like, I just had a crazy, like, I don't know. Luckily, we saved.
Oh. Relevancy? You want relevance? You want relevancy? Just take one look at this picture and...
Objection!
Sorry, but can you recall when it was that this picture was presented?
That was shown only a few moments ago. No.
He's right. At the beginning of today's trial, that piece of cloth was still meaningless.
The person who gave it value as evidence was you, Damon Gant.
You yourself confessed to a certain truth.
Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest.
Oh, yes.
You are chief of police.
No!
It was then that you approved this cloth as conclusive evidence. Yes, you, the chief of police, personally approved this cloth.
The only person to have cut this from the victim's vest is the one who stood before Prosecutor Marshall in his final moments. In other words, the real murderer. And there's only one person that could be.
Damon Gant! The killer was you!
No.
I can't do any more laughs. I'm gonna die. Oh God. Oh my God. Oh.
I knew I should have gotten rid of him. That good-for-nothing scum! For 2 years he's been snooping around the department trying to get something on me. Crimes are being committed every day, and yet he insisted on hounding me!
And your crime wasn't exactly petty.
He wanted to reinvestigate the case. He recruited Angel Star, then convinced Bruce Goodman.
Detective Goodman?
Yeah, that's right.
If the evidence is transferred, I'll lose my only chance to find out the truth. Please, you gotta help me.
Goodman turned him down, as he ought to. Still, Jake Marshall didn't know when to quit.
He stole Goodman's ID card and tried to take the evidence.
Goodman came to me that day. He wanted to file a lost item report. I went with him to the evidence room. Then all of a sudden he decided to speak out. Ah. What are you talking about, Goodman?
Can you please reopen the investigation, Chief? We can't transfer the evidence out. There are too many questions left unanswered.
He opened his evidence locker, and as he was taking the evidence out, said,
It's not too late. I'm gonna hand all this over to Marshall.
Well, to be honest, I was a bit taken aback by his words. I had a feeling when he came to see me, but I never thought he'd bring up SL9. That's what I sought. That accursed knife.
And then you use the knife again.
I couldn't just pull it out.
Doing so would have only led to more blood, making it near impossible to hide your crime.
Even so, the blood was just pouring out. I didn't know who might stumble in, so I hurried to wipe it up. I was worrying so much about the floor, I didn't realize my fatal mistake.
The bloody handprint on the Detective Gumshoe's locker.
I used to be known as the crime computer. But everyone has to start somewhere, I guess. I was too nervous. I had no business doing any of it.
You put the body in my car?
I'm sorry, I couldn't think of any other way to move the body. I broke your trunk, but what's the big deal? You make a lot more than us detectives ever will.
Leaving the prosecution's car aside, how? How could you get Miss Sky involved in all this?
Well, she had as much to lose as I did if the truth came out.
So you took the evidence from Detective Goodman's locker.
I felt bad for having to do it. Also, I didn't have the time to pick and choose what to take.
So, you left the jar and fragments in the glove.
Yeah. Looks like I was better off an investigator of crimes than a committer.
Yeah, we can tell.
They all did their best to get in my way. I've got to hand it to them. They do their jobs well. Much to my dismay.
Fake evidence doesn't hold up very well upon close examination. You must have known that.
Tell me, Worthy, why do you stand in court?
Me? You despise criminals?
I can feel it. You and me were the same. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try and go it alone.
I don't know about that one, but we kind of figured that out. Whatever.
Well, looks like it's time to say goodbye. Oh, Udgy. What? Looks like we'll have to cancel that lunch date.
Oh my god. And they were boyfriends! Fuck!
Sorry, old friend. I'm sorry too, Demon Gant. I knew you as you used to be long ago. You were once a fine investigator, an example for others on the force. I'm sorry to learn that you are no longer that person.
No, they're breaking up! It's sorry, I just learned that they're boyfriends! What do you mean? No!
Those days are gone now, Udgy. Thanks for all the memories, though. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Now you have Wright here. And Worthy. With these two around, you can't go wrong. In fact, I can hear them already. The melodious sounds of a new beginning.
Bye. Hi, Lana. Well, there are two things I want you to understand. Yes? First, your sister never hurt anyone. Second, Damon Gant betrayed you from the beginning. See, Miss Kai? No longer have any reason to keep silent. You're right. When this trial's over, I'll tell everything. All that I've done these past 2 years, from the time I had Gant help me forge evidence, up until today.
Oh, seems that all the questions raised in this trial have been answered.
Sorry, Miss Sky, I couldn't get you out of all your trouble. My. What high standards you have for a rookie. I can see why Mia thought so highly of you. Who knows? A few years from now, you might just make it to the top. Ah! I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. Miss Sky? And to you, Mr. Edgeworth. You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. Believe me, I know how much of an ordeal it's been for you.
It was nothing. Liar.
I was worried the pressure might break you. And yet, you rose above it all and guided Mr. Wright to victory. You've done well, Mr. Edgeworth.
Stop it. I only did my job.
In light of this case, it seems a good self-examining is in order for all of us. Miss Sky.
Yes, Your Honor.
You are innocent of murder, however, although the chief has blackmailed you. The fact is you still acted as his accomplice. Our trial will be scheduled for these crimes at a later date.
Yes, I understand, Your Honor.
Is there something amusing about all this? Why are you smiling?
It's been a long time, Your Honor. A long time since I felt free of these heavy chains.
Aww. Lana!
Well, this trial's gone on far too long already. I mean, hell, we've gone like fucking 3 chapters longer than it normally goes. Regarding the charge of murder, the court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky,
Not guilty! Woo! Yeah, baby!
That is all. This court is adjourned.
We did it. Oh my god, it's 5 p.m.? Chat, the courthouse, we were in the courthouse from fucking 10 in the morning to 5 p.m. God damn. We fucking spent like 9 hours in here. Is it 9? Because wait. No, it's only 7 hours actually. Okay. Wait, it's not as bad. But Jesus Christ. The long last is finally over. Emma? Why the long face? I'm sorry I didn't get your sister completely off the hook, but at least she wasn't convicted for a murder she didn't commit. No, that's not it. It's just now after this trial's ended, I can see why Mia Fey thought so highly of you. I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. And to you, Mr. Edgeworth. You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. You've done well. What? It's just what? You know, I did my best too, but Lana didn't say a single word to me.
I hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals.
Hi, Gumshoe.
Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later.
No, Gumshoe, come back! Dude! Wait, Detective Gumshoe! What is it? We've already done this bit enough, dude.
You're doing this on purpose right now, aren't you? Making a detective all around while on duty. On top of it, you call me I've been seeing happier people at funerals. Hey, I ain't a pal. I'm only kidding.
Oh, are you here because of my sister again?
Nope, not this time. Came here today because of you, pal.
Me?
That's right. I thought you'd like to see someone.
Lana! Hey, girl. Hey, homegirl. Get me up, bro. Get me up.
Oh, God.
Lana! Should you be doing this? She's still under arrest, you know.
Well, I won't tell if you won't.
Emma, I owe you an apology. It's okay, sis. Don't worry about it. That day 2 years ago was the first time in my life I ever panicked. It was all I could do to keep myself from screaming. All I could think about was keeping you from getting wrapped up in that mess. Sis, I asked Gant to help me cover up the truth. I thought I was doing it for your sake. But now I realize I was wrong. I changed after that day. I had to. It was the only way I could make it through the past 2 years. I knew how much I was hurting you by distancing myself. But I couldn't bring myself to tell you what I did. I was scared. Scared that you'd look at me with those eyes of yours. I was scared of how you'd react if you knew. But sis, you were only doing it for me. No. Huh? I turned my back on you that day. In hiding what I believed to be the truth, I was deceiving you. Sis. I'm such a fool. It took me all this time to realize it. Emma, I'm so sorry. But sis, you don't have to apologize. I'm happy now. You're happy? Of course. You know, sis? I always knew that one day you'd come back. And now you have. And now we can jam out to our sick-ass theme together. Oh, Emma. Emma. Aww! Yay! No one can change the past. The only thing we can do is strive to make up for our mistakes. Why must we make up for our mistakes, you ask? Because in so doing, we can find the way back to our rightful path. And it is from there that we can move on toward a brighter future. At least, that's what I felt watching these two sisters make up. Mr. Wright, Mr. Gumshoe?
Me?
Thank you both for all that you have done. I'm sure we'll meet again someday. Isn't that right, Edgeworth?
Edgeworth?
Stop hiding and come over here. Come here, Edgeworth. You don't have to be shy around us. Come on. Where was he hiding?
I just came to say congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Right, well, I'll be going now.
Mr. Edgeworth, I hope you don't blame yourself for what happened.
Hmm?
We were not the ones who acted corruptly, not you.
It's too late for me. No matter what anyone may say, I realize today that I can't correct my mistakes.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Not only that, but I don't even trust myself anymore. Chief Gant was right.
You despise criminals, I can feel it. You and me were the same. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try and go it alone.
I do despise criminals. I plan to dedicate my entire life to fighting them. But in order to fight crime on my own, I needed a weapon. It's scary, but I've known that to be true for quite some time now. But, Edgeworth, who knows? Given enough time, I might have tried to pull something like Chief Gant did. That's the thought that terrifies me. That's why I can't continue on as a prosecutor.
Edgeworth, don't you understand? Damon Gant and your mentor, Manfred von Karma, were both the best of the best when it came to fighting crime. But they both made the same mistake. You said in order to fight crime on my own, I'd need a weapon. That may be true, but think back to today's trial. You weren't alone. You were working together with Mr. Wright. And because of that partnership, you were able to present evidence that would have otherwise gone undiscovered. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Huh? What? Yeah? What is this, pop quiz? Come on, Mr. Wright. Show him what Lana's talking about. Evidence, huh? Something that neither Edgeworth nor I would have been able to find on our own. Yes? That might mean something for you, but I don't see how it had anything to do with that partnership. Huh? Mr. Wright. Seems you still have a lot to learn as well. I guess that wasn't the right piece of evidence.
It's time for me to go.
Mr. Edgeworth?
If you'll excuse me, there are still some loose ends that need wrapping up. Take care, Chief Prosecutor.
Sorry, Edgeworth. Edgeworth, what will you do now? Well, whatever you do, just remember, you can let go of what happened. What happened? Oh, you can let what happened kill the prosecutor in you, or you can let it help you grow. In the end, it's up to you.
I know. It seems I owe you my thanks too, right? But what I face now is my problem.
Edgeworth, I'll be waiting for you in court. Marriage court, that is. When you finally, propose.
Farewell. Bye, Wright.
No, come back, please. Edgeworth, boyfriend. No! I better get going, too. Okay, but I'll be by to visit soon. It seems we both have a lot to learn and catching up to do. Here, this is a little something for you. Scientific investigation? It's the first book I ever bought. Study it well. Thanks, sis. I will. Bye, Lana. And so, another case came to close. As for the sisters, I have faith. Faith that their lives have only just begun. I can't believe it. We did it, Chad. And as for me, I think it's time I started a new journey of my own. What is this effect? This effect is so goofy. Edgewood, my boyfriend. A journey to rediscover myself.
Well, don't go tricking off just yet, pal.
Huh? What is it, detective?
It's just a little matter to be resolved by the chief prosecutor. You see, she isn't supposed to be out of jail like this.
But I thought you said it was okay.
Yeah, well, maybe okay with me, but the folks at the prison are a different story.
Huh?
Basically, I had to bribe a guard in order to sneak her out for 30 minutes. Believe me, it wasn't cheap either.
Huh? Way to go, detective. I didn't know you had a wild side.
Yeah, well, you see, Mr. Wright is the one who'll be footing the bill.
Huh? What?
What, you think I can afford it with that my salary? You gotta be kidding me, pal. I'm getting paid negative $10 an hour.
Thank you, Mr. Wright. You're the best. Thank you, Ace Attorney. What? It's 'cause you're an attorney. But a really good one. Oh, that's right. Damn. Chainsaw Man's over, guys. Anyways. Why is it I suddenly feel like I want to scream?
Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we all go pay it off together?
Yeah, that's a great idea. Come on, guys, let's go. Shoo Takumi, you sly dog, you. You wrote a game that was actually funny. I arranged for a friend to take Europe to Emma. I hope she'll be pleased to say she's a top coroner. As for me, this affair has pretty much ended my days at the prosecutor's office. Still, I'll manage to find my way back to the field somehow. Then I'll be able to investigate crimes together with Emma. Yeah, because people don't like Chainsaw Man's ending, except for me. I like Chainsaw Man's ending. I thought it was good. Also, if you enjoy like shonen manga and are chill with it being very weird, I'd recommend reading Chainsaw Man. It's a very good series. Aw, Gumshoe got his job back. Let's go.
It just goes to show you can't shake me off that easily. See?
Good work, Gumshoe. I'm so proud of you. Chat, I'm so glad you could comfort me with this journey to complete the first Ace Attorney game. We're not going to dive into the next Ace Attorney game immediately. We're actually going to probably play a different game. I'm still throwing a few ideas out there myself. Interesting. Currently the ideas I have are maybe a Pokemon game, maybe continuing Devil May Cry and going to play Devil May Cry 4. God damn it, Meekins, turn off that stupid fucking alarm or that megaphone. Or Psychonauts was another game that I had that was like, oh, maybe that would be a fun game for stream. I don't know. It could be none of those also. We'll see what happens. Currently, Demon Chainsaw Man, love it. It's my favorite manga of all time. So I always recommend it. Such a good series. It's really deep. It's got a lot of great funny moments, really good action moments. A lot of strangers. No, Blue Badger! He's dead, finally. The evil has been defeated, chat. The evil has been defeated. Blue Badger is no more. Thank God. But yeah, Chainsaw Man's a fantastic manga.
What is it? Can't you see I'm having me a showdown with a steak lunch partner? Miss Star managed to sneak this in for me. She's seeing one of the guards, it seems. Well, cowboy, looks like you did it. You even gave Bambina back her smile. Can you make sure Billy and the gang get their water?
No problem, man. But yeah, I'm interested in messing around with a couple of different games for my next big stream. For my next long form game. I was kind of considering playing Mystery Dungeon, but I kind of want to hold on that for a while. Just because I like Mystery Dungeon a lot, and like, I want to have everything set up properly for it. I gotta make a setup for DS games, chat. That's really what it comes down to. The turnabout theme. But yeah, because I love DS games, and I was a big DS game kid. But I don't really have a way to set them up. Like, whether it's like emulating through emulation or through legit. I have a 2DS that still works and runs everything, so. Mr. Left? What do you mean? Alright, Judge, have fun. Oh no! That's what the chair looks like? That's a weird looking chair, bro. But yeah. I would love to do DS games because I love DS games, basically. Is what that boils down to. Especially the DS Pokemons. I had this idea, chat, and let me know what you guys think about it. I want to do like a Pokemon like retrospective kind of thing where I just play through the games. I know that people love to do Nuzlocke shit. Maya! But like, I feel like it's been a long time since somebody's been like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna play Pokemon, like the Pokemon games normally through sort of just enjoy the game series itself. Especially with how I've been running games like that, like Ace Attorney and Fire Emblem in the past, where I've been really like reading through all the dialogue and everything. It's been a long time since I've played, and my first Pokemon game was Pokemon Emerald, so it's been a long time since or not Pokemon Emerald, Pokemon Sapphire. It's been a long time since I've played that, so it's like, would be fun for stream, I think, to just play play some of the Pokemon series. Oh, hello, Bellboy. I'm glad you got a final cameo. Oh no, the Bellboy. He doesn't know that Edgeworth fucking resigned. Poor Bellboy. Mine Matsuwaka, thank you for making the game. Thank you, Tatsuya Minami, for producing this game. Because holy shit, it did well. Thanks for coming to see me off. I can't believe I'm going to Europe. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Thank you so much for everything. I'm a little sad, but I'll be alright. Why are you taking a train to Europe? We're in America, right? And it doesn't actually... Either way, why would you... Are you taking, I guess, the train to an airport? What? What do you want me to see in the scientific investigation book that's so important? Is there a photo of all of us in there? Oh, there's a letter. Oh! Oh! Look at it! It's Lana and Emma! That's so cute! Aww! Rise from the ashes. Complete case 5. We got an achievement, chat. Well, I believe that is it for Ace Attorney 1. It is! Well, chat, that was Ace Attorney 1. I hope you all enjoyed it, because I did greatly. Next stream won't be until the week after this following one, because I have Anime Boston. So I'll be prepping I'll be prepping and attending all of next week Anime Boston related stuff. But next time you see me, we'll be playing something different. It won't be Justice for All, unfortunately. But it's good to keep in mind that Justice for All is here. Because we will be back with Ace Attorney at some point in the future. For sure. This was such a cozy stream series. Thanks for making it silly. Aww. Well, I try my best to be silly on stream. But we will be back with Ace Attorney. It's not gone forever. It's only a temporary bye-bye. Think about it like that. Gone, but not forever gone. Let's send you guys all off to somebody. Oh god, I don't know if anybody's streaming. Let me check something real quick before I send you all off. I'm gonna see if there is people that I know that are streaming in Community Gant. Yeah, alright. Let me see if I get the name right. We're going to go ahead and raid Cybel VT. Cybel is a neat VTuber you should go check out. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of what else to say about Cybel. She's cool. She's playing Peak with a couple of buddies, it looks like. A friend of another streamer I am buddy with, my good friend Mars. Actia Mars, if you guys don't know. Good friend of stream. Great time. But yeah, that is really it for me. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for bringing me to Ace Attorney. It was such a fun journey with you all. I'm hopefully, this is the first time I'm doing this, but I'm hopefully planning on taking all the clips from this stream and putting them into a compilation. So that'll be on my YouTube, Kira's Cosplay VODs. But that's it. Really. Again, love y'all. Be nice to each other. Spread love. Not hate. All that good stuff. You know, trans rights are human rights. Abolish ICE. All those good things. Yeah. Goodbye. Oops.